All right, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Life as I See It, the podcast. I'm your host, Jers, aka Life as I See It, episode 155. We got the squad in the building tonight. We got the homie Gert in the building. We got Rico Key in the building. We got the homegirl C in the building. Shouts to Bad Lungs. He's not going to be with us tonight. And this particular episode, of course, before we even get started, make sure all parties listening, if you're not already subscribed, make sure y'all do so on Apple, Spotify, wherever you can listen to your podcast. Make sure y'all check out our visual content on our Patreon at patreon.com/Life as I See It Podcast, as well as make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Check out all of the visual clips that we post on YouTube. And, you got to get your candles. You got to get your smell goods. What better place to go than luxcollectionllc.com. So this particular episode, this is definitely a special episode because we got a special guest in the building with us. This particular individual I met a few years back when I was living in Houston, at kind of like a networking event, so to speak. He was doing what he's still doing today. I think he'd love for me to say he is a podcaster, but amongst other things, I believe him to be kind of laying a blueprint for a lot of people in this space on a level where we can all understand. And I think he's somebody that we all should pay attention to. So without further ado, we have with us Low Gross. I think he goes by Uncle Skittle.
What up, though? Boy, Low Gross. Also, now it's Big Papa Skeeter. Now I'm not an uncle no more. I'm not the cool uncle. I'm the cool dad now.
Say that.
Well, Gert say you got to grow. You're not on that porch no more. So I'm not the cool uncle, man. I'm the dad. And I'm driving the minivan.
Say that.
Your first mistake was saying what Gert said.
Shots is fired. Hey, look, I listened to this show. I wore my vest, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. As soon as you think she's on your side, she shoots you. Friendly fire.
I'm watching. No, I'm watching her. As soon as a nigga walk through the door, I'm watching. Just pay attention. I know y'all, but I don't know y'all. You know, y'all cool, but like y'all ain't that cool.
I've been friends with niggas for like a very long time. I ain't never switch on them.
That's cool. Where y'all niggas? I don't see y'all hands. I see hands. I saw Gert hands. Jers, where your hands at? Where everybody hands at? Let me see where everybody at. Your hands where I can see them.
I got chicken in my other hand.
Just put your hands where my eyes can see. That's all.
He said, ride through your hood. I don't know.
In the shop, in the drop, and we go.
So it's been a lot of talk. We definitely had some good talks off camera, but just to kind of get the people familiar with who you are, first and foremost, hailing from the city of Detroit, right? Of course, everybody that I've ever met from Detroit has been proud to be from Detroit, and they let you know that they're from Detroit. So first of all, speak to us a little bit, about Detroit, where you come from.
So I grew up, and I always tell people this. So it's the politics of Detroit, or it's changed since I left, but like it's kind of still the same. But like when you out of town or whatever, or you from Detroit, niggas hit you with you from the east or the west. You know what I'm saying? Now there's connotations based on your answer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like the east side has its own subculture, the west side has its own subculture. And then like if you from the west, you know what I'm saying, the west is more like neighborhoods and stuff. So then if you say you from the east, a nigga probably just like walk away because he don't want to get robbed and he just keep it moving, right? But if you say you from the west, then the nigga gonna proceed to question number 2, which is all right. Well, which hood you from on the west? Because it's a little bit of a hierarchy and shit, right? So where I'm from Dexter Ave, dark side of Dexter Ave, because it's 2 sides, but I'm from the dark side. And I've been over there. Both sides of my family from over there and stuff. So I grew up over there up until I went to college. Then I came back, moved out the hood. You know what I'm saying? But like Dexter's. When I was growing up, it was known for 3 things, man. It was known for heroin, robbing, and Adidas. You know what I'm saying? So those are the main 3 things. You know what I'm saying? Niggas rock the top 10 shoes. You can tell where a nigga from by what shoes he got on. So that's why I always rock my Adidas top 10s. I don't give a fuck. Like, what scenario, what function I need niggas to know where I'm at. That shit actually saved me down here in Houston. One time I walked into a barbershop on the north side with my top 10s on. Some OG dude with a gray ass. Hey, young blood, where you from? And I looked at him. I was like, from Broad Street, what's up? And that's like my street. Like I grew up on. And he ended up being one of the old heads from the hood. And the only reason like he said something because he seen what shoes I had on and the hat I had on and shit. So like, but and we got to talking and shit. I ended up kicking with that nigga for a couple of years and learning even more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? From the shit that was being kicked in the hood and stuff. So, but like it's that's just like my neighborhood where I came from. Like I come from a big ass family. Male-driven family. I'm the middle grandchild of 20, so I got 21st cousins. We was all raised up like brothers and sisters. But I say that because we was like our own little gang. So you in the middle of gangland, nigga, you got your own gang. So it ain't no need to really join, you know what I'm saying, the local gang, because like my big cousin will beat your ass. Like,
nigga shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't had
I love it.
But like, you know, as a whole, Detroit is just a resilient, persevering, hustling ass city, man. And you know, Jers, I told you when we first linked, like niggas don't really know about Detroit. They just now learning because we finally getting our turn like on a national scale and stuff. But like we always been like this, man. Like it's always like you born in it, you born with the hustle in you. And like even the most quote unquote softest nigga in Detroit, like probably could go somewhere else and still get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Just because the shit is still in you. You feel me? But like we've had to, like it's one of those things where like you gotta like get out here and make it happen regardless to like what the world talking about. And like we felt like I remember the Detroit versus everybody shit. I went to school with the nigga that started that shit that everybody started stealing. But like Detroit versus everybody was like it's not a it's merch, but like it's a battle cry for real. Cause it's like, oh, niggas left us. All right, then. Like we'll be all right by ourselves. We don't need nobody else. That's where that pride and that, you know what I'm saying? Like we from Detroit, cause like this everybody can't make it.
Fuck you. Yeah.
We kind of like that. We kind of like that from Yonkers. Yep. Because New York City, they get all of the praise, they get all of the shit, and we like, nigga, we right here too. So I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Like we never got shouted out on the radio until 98. Like the Loxton DMX first album dropped 98. We ain't getting no
that shit.
We ain't getting no shout outs. It
hurt.
It hurt.
No, I know. Like I'm like.
Now Mary never really claimed the hood, and Mary from Yonkers. But if you look, her rap name is Brooklyn. If you go look, she never said Yonkers too much.
But that's why I always rep my hood, because even in Detroit, like I said, it's hierarchies and shit. Like when you first meet the Detroit nigga, you from 8 Mile, you from 7 Mile, you from Joy Road, you from this. I'm from Dexter Ave, nigga. Like it's a whole nother like.
Everybody, you learn how to put your own shit up yourself.
That same
Cash Dow, Dex Osama was from there. And then not like the Rude Boy Mafia, man. Those my big homies of like they popping now and stuff, man. My niggas on 4 Weezy. Like it's like we finally, even internally in the city, like my hood is starting to like get they recognition. Because before we were just known as the robbing niggas. Like that's what our hood was known for. Like just don't go over there. It's like the Bronx or some shit. Like you say, like Yonkers is just like, hey, you over here? You ain't supposed to be here.
I felt like Yonkers always had their just due. I don't know since I've been
98.
Well, I think you speaking from being a fan of music. Like he's speaking from a resident, a native of the city in the town.
On High 90, no, it was Kiss FM before High 97.
Yeah, of course.
But they hit you with the
new
five boroughs, Mount Vernon, which is next door.
Yeah, shout out JV and Philly. Then they shout out Philly. Then they go
real quick. Yeah, Jersey, Connecticut.
Never Philly. It would be Connecticut because
always felt dirty to me. It was just very dirty.
Never. That's how that's why I say X's album is the best hip hop album ever, is because what it did for everybody. But what it did in Yonkers, get at me, dog.
The first?
It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Dark and Hell is Hot, yeah.
Was that the one with ATF? Did that have ATF on there?
ATF, yeah.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. Open the door.
Killed my radio.
He said, yo, it's too late to send my girl downstairs to say he left.
Yeah.
It's too late to send my girl downstairs.
He said, pull up alongside him. He said, fuck Carlos trying to crack the glass. Nigga, like,
fuck taking niggas' head
through the door, nigga.
Yeah, that was raw. Like, so niggas don't know X was putting out tapes in the hood, right? So it's Dark and Hell is Hot as crazy as that is, the shit he had floating around the hood before that album,
that's how it always be.
He got a song, My Baby's Mother Be Bugging. And if you ever get mad at your joint, you put on My Baby's Mother Be Bugging. It's two of them. He put one on the album, and there's one that's not on the album.
Oh, shit.
The one, if you can find it on YouTube, I send it to you.
This nigga Kurt trying to get me kicked out my house. I know.
This nigga is trying to mess up your relationship.
You got room on your couch. Look, you got room on your couch because after I play that shit, you trying to get me kicked out, bro.
I gotta make sure it's a cool temperature in here.
You trying to get niggas in trouble,
this, right?
No doubt,
crazy.
No doubt.
Trying to fuck up every household in America.
No, so
we're there for a reason.
No, so I was gonna say, so that pride you speak of, when you speak of Detroit, being from Detroit, and now, like you said, you seeing kind of Detroit getting kind of a highlight. So of course, in hip hop, you had your Eminems, you had your Royce the 5'9s, even D12 when they made, when they had their run.
Big Sean.
But now, and then even, later on to Big Sean, but now, right? All of the music artists that are getting to shine, you got BMF, you have just a real embrace of the culture, because like you said, them Detroit versus everybody shirts was everywhere. They are everywhere. You can find them in the city near you. Facts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now what does it feel like, right? Do you still, I guess that fight that's in you, that chip on your shoulder that's in you, you're never gonna lose that because it's in you, right? But is it like a satisfaction thing? Is it I told you so thing? Sure. Is it like how does it feel?
All of that, man. You gotta put in these niggas' faces, man. You gotta let niggas know, because like I said, niggas forgot about us. Like, but we was joking, but like nigga, the Cartiers, like niggas, nigga, Atlanta niggas, and Gucci Man said this in his book, and I posted it on before BMF dropped, because I was glad when BMF dropped, because now niggas really, really get to take an inside look into our culture, right? Gucci Man said Atlanta changed overnight when BMF hit it. Atlanta was Atlanta, but they culture, the strip club, making it rain, all of that shit came from BMF.
Atlanta wasn't Atlanta. Atlanta was the country to the BMF niggas went down there.
Yeah.
And that's not said a lot.
They changed it.
No, that's what. Well, you just said Atlanta was Atlanta. Not Atlanta was the sticks. Yeah. When BMF went down there, is when it became.
They turned it into a playground.
They turned it into
a playground.
They turned it into the Hollywood that it is today.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's 100%.
The standards for the culture that it is today.
So let me ask y'all this.
They spread all that money around.
The culture that they got from Detroit. Just so
you're right. That's 100%.
We're gonna double back to that real quick, but let me ask y'all this. So Freak Nick being in Atlanta, that was a cultural thing, right? So that's early 90s though.
It was still country.
That's what Detroit.
It was still country.
There,
Atlanta not country no more.
She said that shit was country as fuck. Like
Atlanta not country no more.
Yeah.
When you talk about Freak Nick, Atlanta's a regular city now.
To who?
Like the world.
He fried Detroit.
I done turned Havana to Atlanta. Atlanta's real now. I done turned Havana to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta is not country no more, and it's because of BMF. The shit BMF was doing out there, it raised the property value.
There, man, y'all welcome.
Real shit.
So look, let me say this, right? Because now something you definitely did put me on to, right? Because obviously we all love Jeezy, especially early Jeezy. And Jeezy was the first person I ever heard say "What up, though."
Yep,
he was the first person I ever say "What up, though." So when he said it, I just thought it was some Jeezy shit. I thought it was some Atlanta shit. I meet you, we get to talking with the "What up, though," whatever, and you can explain the "What up, though" culture in Detroit, but I thought that it was Atlanta. You was like, nah, that's because he fucked with Detroit and he got it from Detroit. So kind of speak about "What up, though" and kind of how that's a signature of Detroit.
So it's to my understanding that back in the 80s, that was a greeting that came about for some members of certain organizations or whatever. That's how they distinguished themselves, and it caught on. And then so that became like the official greeting from Detroit. Like in Houston, they'd be like, "What it do?" You know what I'm saying? Or y'all do the yerp. Like Detroit, "Oh, what up, though?" Like you could be out walking and a nigga hit you with the what up though, and you stop in your track. Like I was at the zoo with my daughter and my wife. I seen some niggas with some Detroit hats walk past. I make eye contact. I just head nod and what up though. Them niggas they stop, try to have a full on conversation about the city and this and that. Like it's just a universal greeting. Like niggas know what time it is because only Detroit niggas know. Use that shit.
It is hard.
Yeah, word.
I was at a Houston Rockets game, got into it with some niggas, right?
What?
And I wasn't trying. I didn't start it. Let's just gotta put that out there because the listener is gonna be like, oh, here logo, that shit. I didn't start it. Okay, but like I was
playing the Pistons.
Yes, that's the only reason why I would go to that bullshit. I don't want to see the fucking Rockets. So me and my wife had a tradition, like, okay, on the whenever the Pistons come down to play, we're gonna try to catch the game or whatever. So it was a little social down here.
Wifey. Shout out to wifey though.
I had to tell her to chill because like it was about to go down. But like at the halftime thing, it was a bunch of Detroit niggas up in there, and I don't even know these niggas. I just see a nigga with a Detroit jersey on. What up, though? What up, though? I'm just nodding my head. What up, though? Walk through the concourse. So the Pistons actually was winning, right? I'm surprised as hell. Like, damn, like we suck. Like, I'm like, how we do this? And the niggas was getting in my face, whatever. And I had just got out of some trouble, and I wasn't trying to get into no more trouble. And so I saw it, and I felt God touch me and say, "Calm down, my child." So I calmed down, shut the fuck up, and I sat there. And they looked at me and threw them off because like we was in the middle of an argument. And I just like, bro, whatever. And I just sat down, kept watching. Halfway through the game, we blowing them out. All these Detroit people just come walking down to like, fill the seats up or whatever, right? So the niggas that was arguing with me just kind of shut, because again, I don't know these niggas, but they, what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? We just what up, though, and the shit out of each other. And the niggas saw that and the shit out of each other. And they like, oh shit, like, do y'all all know each other? Like, yeah, you might get jumped in this bitch. I don't know. Like,
shut this bitch down.
Walk the fuck out. And then I'll continue to enjoy the game with my wife. Like, that's just what it is.
Word. Hey.
So y'all travel heavy, not like.
Oh, yeah.
might look like heavy though.
But here's the thing, I'm a one-man army by myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fully like confident in that. But you give me like the whole city behind me, it's Sparta, nigga. We kicking niggas in the hole and everything. Like,
so y'all Troy. Look.
Taking everything.
All right. So now, right, doubling back a little bit to because I mentioned podcaster, right? But before we get the podcaster, there had to be something in you that had a spark or interest in, say, broadcasting or media. Or so what was that thing and how did you begin to nurture that thing?
Oh, man. So as y'all can tell, I'm a very talkative individual. You know what I'm saying? And so in the hood, I'm the nigga that's, even while we in the middle of doing some shit, like I'm the comedic relief. So, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, I'm sarcastic as fuck. And I got a dark ass sense of humor, right? And I'm telling y'all this shit because these shits are my coping mechanisms, right? So, you be out, you about to do some shit, or you on the way coming back from doing some shit. We all sitting there all mean mugged out and crack a joke like, hey man, nigga, we almost died, right? Nigga, your non-shooting ass, nigga, you motherfucking Elmer Fudd ass good, nigga. Why don't you go get you a real good bitch ass nigga? But like nigga, like. That's just the jokes. But so naturally having the gift of gab, and I remember being a shorty, like wanting to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I remember I was listening to the radio. My mom was taking me to school one day, and I was like, man, I want to get paid to do that. They just talking shit and listening to music. I could do that. Like it's simple, right? But then like I go down the path, so I ended up going to a communications high school, and really like I got it popping there. And then I was always the smart kid. So my mom took me out of the neighborhood school with all my cousins and like, the neighborhood gang and stuff, put me over here. So I'm like, all right. And then as I'm, excelling in school, I'm getting selected to all these special programs. Niggas start getting scholarships and shit. So like, it's podcasting, but like radio was like, that was my shit. So it's like being a hooper, if you will. You the little kid that's always dribbling your ball and walking through the hood and shit. They knew I was the radio nigga. Like, oh, this nigga, he trying to do radio. This nigga, this is a talkative ass nigga. He funny.
So
man.
was it like mass communications?
Yep. Telecommunications, mass communications, same shit. Mm-hmm. So I had like 8.
My nigga said everywhere I went, I would bounce that ball.
Talking shit. And not giving a fuck. That's why I be bringing that energy. I was the type of nigga, like, if you see me out and I'm with 20 niggas and I'm popping shit, like, and then we gonna catch this nigga later. You catch me by myself, I'm gonna pop this same shit. I'm okay with getting punched in the mouth. Nigga, like, it's cool because I'm coming back, but like, I can take my hit. It ain't the first time a nigga punch me in the mouth, won't be the last. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, take a punch.
But and I say the hooping shit because like we come from a place. Look, college. You going to college? Man, I don't know about going to college. Had scholarship offers, academic offers from like 8 different schools or whatever, right? So I'm up here like, all right, well, which one got the best communications program? You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I went to school. And then when I got to school, you know, they got the on-campus radio station. So I ran the station for 4 years while I was there and stuff. And that's where you really like, okay, I was just on promo teams and, you know, street teams passing out flyers and shit when I was in high school. But like when I get to college now, you on the board, you know what I'm saying? You on the mic. I had a show. It was called Midwest Connection. Me and this dude from Lima, Ohio, my nigga Arch. We had 2 shows, Thursday and Friday. We was like the pregame before niggas went out, like on campus and shit. And that shit was up. You know, start throwing parties, start throwing events and stuff. And I'm like, bro, I could do this shit now. I was wilding the fuck out. Cause you know when nigga get his first little taste of what a nigga thought was fame and this and that. I'm crowd surfing at parties, fucking girls, doing everything, getting into fights and shit. And then like, you know, I went through some tough life shit. But then when I graduated and came out of school, I was trying to get into the radio shit. But you know, it's a long line of niggas who just like, oh, I'm trying to get on radio. But my minor was marketing. So like all my classes was either radio classes or marketing classes. And when I say radio class, like we sitting up here and shit, you got to write a commercial for, you know what I'm saying? Like for your class project, hey, go home, write 3 commercials, edit them, make sure they have this structure and they do this, and that. We're going to play them for everybody. And my shit always came back crispy because I was doing shit like putting the chicken head song in there and doing I wrote a commercial about like hair weave. And I was like, are you tired of being called a bald head scallywag? You want to go to grow? You need to try.
No, you did not. Are you tired of being called a bald head scallywag? Yeah, I am.
I mean, it's art. It's by the products. You feel me?
By the products.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's an art form, right? So I was like, let's have fun with this shit. So I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm incorporating the music into this shit, cracking jokes, doing little skits and making them into commercials. And then also I'm on the radio station and shit. And then so I learned the marketing. That was just so I could have a plan B. Cause all the old heads and hating ass, suck ass, bitch ass niggas. I hope y'all watching this and listen to this shit. You go to school, be a damn disc jockey. You go to school, spend some records when white folks gonna give you a scholarship. You go waste good money to be a fucking disc jockey. Spend some fucking you a DJ something, nigga. Shut your
being
bitch ass. Made more money selling t-shirts than you made, nigga. Anyway, feel like you get me wild up, nigga.
Nah, it is what it is. But I feel that because it's passion there, right? Like it's deeper than like the initial, oh, I could do that, to you coming along and putting in the time and what they say, your 10,000 hours and then way beyond that, like, and really taking the time to go through the ups, the downs, the peaks, the valleys. Like it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot in this media space.
We ain't even get to the valleys yet, though. I'm telling you, this is college. That's why I wanted, and I'm only painting that because, you know, we all in this podcast space. And like you said, it look easy. But I'm telling you, nigga, don't never compare to what I'm doing because you're only looking at the tip of the iceberg. Nigga, I've been doing this shit since I was 13 motherfucking years old, my nigga. I'm cold with this shit. I live this shit, nigga. This shit like a religion to me, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I'm telling you, Jersey, no, nigga, when I lock into this shit, nigga, I'm the coldest nigga moving. Nigga, can't nothing touch me. It's my art. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Your religion.
No, but I feel that, right? Because like you said, right? So let's pick up from college. That's college. After college, are we still in Detroit, still at the radio station, still doing the radio thing, still looking at it like this is what I'm going to do? Because eventually there is a pivot, right? Obviously, right? Yep. But so is it still radio at that time? Like what's happening at this particular time?
Graduate from college in 2010 in the middle of the recession that hit Detroit super hard, so it wasn't no jobs. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was getting laid off left and right. By the grace of God, I get a month after I graduated, I get a marketing job at a ad agency where I work for the McDonald's account. So like all the McDonald's owners, franchise owners and stuff in all of the state of Michigan was my client. So I like was working for them. And so there was a pivot because it's like, all right, marketing was plan B. So like I simultaneously I did an internship at the radio station, which and shout out to John Mason, man. Y'all fuck with the basketball. Y'all know the Pistons announcer, nigga who made up the Detroit basketball, said Detroit basketball. No,
nah, I'm not familiar.
Anyway, nigga's a radio legend, like the radio nigga, level 5 Jedi nigga. And I spent 3 months interning with him, and everything that I've been doing like for Inaudible Raucous, everything I learned from shadowing this nigga for 3 months. Like he's a cold nigga. He made sure he pulled me to the side. Hey, listen here, young blood. This is what you need to know. This is how the game is gonna go. It's gonna change. So the more you know how to do, the more valuable you will become, right? But then when I got my agency job, I had to lead an internship alone because again, nigga, it's the same 5 niggas been on the radio since we was kids. You know what I'm saying? And then the money that they was offering me at the agency coming out of school, you talk to a little nigga from the ghetto. That's why I led with the way that I did. So nigga, you would have thought that a nigga got drafted to the NBA for real. I moved out to the suburbs, everything. Nigga, I started living the socialite life. We was in the club catching the Holy Ross. You know what I'm saying? I know what that is. When the DJ go through BMF, MC Hammer, all the Ross songs, you lose your fucking mind. You forget where you at, and then you just blowing money like a mother. You wake up the next morning, you spend $250 on drinks.
Nigga said the Holy Ross.
The Holy Ross. Huh? Niggas walk around. Whoop. Like, but no, so I did that, but it started to get to a point where it's like, nah, nigga, I want to do this radio shit. So in the agency, I kind of finagled my way to handle all the radio assignments. So I was responsible for plugging the traffic, writing the copy for McDonald's, like to give to the DJs. I would go up to the station when we have to take our clients up there to meet celebrities and shit, like for the little meet and greets and stuff. So I got a chance to see that, and I was just trying to, rub shoulders up there so I could try to get up in there. Detroit, like shit was going left. I went through some shit through my personal life, you know what I'm saying, some family issues and stuff, man, and just really started to contemplate. And I'm sure like all the niggas know, man, like when you in the hood, man, it's always so we talking about your career and your trajectory, what you set out to do, but then we also talking about like your influences and your environment around you and like how that shit, like it could also pull you into what they got going on and shit. So I found myself at a little bit of a crossroad. And then I just opted to just move. Me and my girlfriend at the time, she my wife now, we just opted to move to Houston. And I was like, bro, I'm going to chase my dreams. Gert, what was we saying? Little dumbass. I'm like, oh, I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to go down there, man. I'm going to get on the radio. I'm about to blow up, man. It's about to be big. Yeah. So that was that.
Yeah.
Look, I'll let you lead. I don't want to get too far ahead. Look, I'm pacing. I'm worried about pacing.
No. I get it. Houston is one of those cities I know personally because I lived there for 3.5 years. It's one of those cities that when you get there, at least my perspective, when you get there, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This shit is a vibe. Like I fuck with this shit like immediately, right? But for me, I understood, damn, it's a lot of opportunity that I don't even feel like the people who are native of this city, they're not tapped in. They don't even know what they got. Like, it's a lot of shit.
I see a town I like. You say, what do you say?
I see a town I like it.
Yeah. Niggas getting money.
So it's like, oh, okay. Like, so if we most people, or I won't even say most people, I'll say me, I'll say you, because you already speaking of your journey and just kind of piggybacking off of that. I know when I came out there, I was pretty much on the same type of time you was on. And after the googly eyes and all right, we go out and we had drinks and all that, it's a vibe. It's time to tap in because this shit is untapped.
Where the money at? Where the money at?
It's untapped, right? So now how did
niggas hopped in like young Renzel? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
Nah, come on.
the Birdman here, nigga. I'm up in this bitch like,
I take the Birdman off of the. Come on,
about to lock it down.
This nigga what the nigga said? Don't put no smut on my name.
But we're not. But to your point, man. Like for me. Like Detroit is like a East Coast. It's like a Jersey or a New York. Shit just moving fast. It's competitive too. Down here, they don't know what they got. They move a little slower and shit. They grooving and stuff. Like for me, I'm used to getting up at 5:30 in the morning. Right? I ain't even tell you all about just like my mom's and how militant she was and shit. Like my mom used to kick my door in like she was SWAT, literally at 5:30 every morning. Boom, wake your ass up, nigga. Boom. So that's why I'm always just up and at them. I get up at 5:30 to get to it. These niggas down here get up at like 10, 11, 12.
Wait a minute. You 5:30 on the regular?
They're lazy.
I used to be. I'm trying to get back into it. But all the way up until about 2 years ago, 5:30 every morning.
Like your upbringing, you was up at 5:30?
5:30 is early as shit.
That's for real.
Yeah. Well, so Chris Rock had the joke, like if you want to prepare a black man for America, like you gotta punch him in his face every day. And I think my mama didn't hear that joke, but I think she took that shit literally because she kicked the door in and like started hitting me with the belt and shit. Like nothing was wrong. She just like, wake your ass up. Get your ass up. Like, get your ass up. It's a whole day before you like get this shit popping. The earlier you get up, the more time you got to get shit done. So yeah, like I haven't slept in and I don't know how long. And to me, sleeping in is at like 9:30 or something. That's when my daughter starts slapping me in the face and shit. Like
that's dope. That's a dope practice.
No, it's psycho, man. Don't praise that shit. That shit is wild.
Nah, real shit though. Nah.
That shit is wild.
If you really think about it, like, nah, yeah, 5. By the time 9 hit, where everybody waking up, you clear headed and you ready to go.
Especially down here. Most on Saturdays, I get up. I treat Saturday like a work day. It's just an easy work day. But like Saturdays, nigga, like I be done by 11, 12 o'clock. And I got the whole day to just chill, nigga. Oh, what you want? I'm done, nigga. I'm about to roll up. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I done put the work in already.
Yeah.
So, that's good shit. That's a jewel.
Like they don't do that down here. They be in la la land, and like I like it like that though, because like I could still throttle down and still like spend time with the fam and still get my shit off, right? So I don't gotta feel like I'm back inside by 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't feel like, oh man, they get more money. They ain't get more money than me, nigga. They'll be all right. If not, I get that shit again tomorrow. They'll be all right.
Word. Yeah, like it's just the energy, right? It's just the energy. Like I mentioned before, we met at like a networking event, and you know, the podcast for you is something that after I met you and after we, you know, our podcast had already started, you were doing it longer than I was at the time. It well, obviously still, but it was newer for me, right? And it was a newer space, but I had been doing the media thing just in a different form, you know, previously. So at that time, one of the things that I initially was like super impressed from you by was the consistency, and it's perfect. I mean,
this merch, InaudibleRaucous.com/shop. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stay consistent, my nigga.
You gotta be consistent. And like I couldn't write the script even better than that, because you know what I'm saying, every week, no matter what.
I'll tell you why in a second.
I want you to tell, before you tell that story, I want you to tell it, because this is what did it for me. Like, all right, nah, this nigga's for real. When you said that you potted at your wedding.
Oh yeah. No, that's the bachelor party. So the night before the wedding, right?
Okay.
I went back.
Obviously not at the wedding, but yeah, the night before.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. I did pass out flyers for my podcast at the wedding. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had them bitches at the front when niggas walked in, and at the little table, I had some in my pocket. Hey, if you love me the way you say you love me, nigga, run my podcast up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's what it is. Yeah. But nah, so we went back to Detroit. We got married back in Detroit, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I have my little 15 minutes. That's where I got a little taste of it. I had the streets on fire for like a week. Me and all my niggas, just 30 niggas deep, just going around, just kicking it, right? And then they was like, well, I'm not into the strip clubs and none of that shit, man. That shit is fiscally irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? What girls say after 25, nigga, you start doing shit, nigga, that's fiscally irresponsible. That don't like get us to the mission, my nigga. If I'm throwing money in the club, like I'm cool on that. So I just told my niggas, I just want to do a kickback at the crib. I want to just like, and we just do a pod, and I want to like get my niggas they shine. And I forgot what episode it was because I done did so many of these motherfuckers.
And that's like, dope because you should.
Well, I do this shit for my dogs though. At the same time, like I got a whole lot like that motivates me, and like one of it is like because my niggas kind of like pick me to be the one, so it's like, all right, then I gotta wear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm hitting everything. Like I ain't missing no shots. I ain't backing down from shit because I know what's behind me, and so like I gotta like be fearless for them. You know what I'm saying? So like
Kid said, I know what's on me. He said, I know what's on me to make sure that we all shine. I got us.
Yeah, and that's it. say less. You know what I'm saying? And so like if you want me to be the one to kick the door in, let's go. And we did that shit, and it was just cool because this is early stages. So this is one laptop, one USB mic with a room full of niggas, and that shit still. If technically it was my first live show, and that shit was to this day it's probably still one of my favorite episodes, man, because it was me with the niggas who believed in me from the beginning, that still believe into me, that work with me now, like because they done jumped in and started helping out with some of the behind the scenes stuff, and like we got that shit off, and I got to highlight them and everything that they had going. Because one thing I can't say amongst like my circle of close friends, we done got to a point where everything legitimate now. And so like, and we joke about that. We all got kids and families and we legitimate hustlers and shit, but we know how we started off. And so like, we just we don't take that shit for granted. And I feel like
are these your friends in Houston or are these your friends in Detroit?
I ain't got no friends in Houston.
I'm sorry for asking. Part of my interruption. I'm sorry, bro.
It's some niggas that I cool with, but like my day ones, like the niggas that like, you know what I'm saying? Like that we locked in with my brothers. Like I've known this since I was 6 years old, and that can't be replaced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
Houston cool. Like I said, niggas is cool, but like we ain't that cool. Step back.
I'm so sorry. I interrupted you for that petty thing. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
No.
Please.
Like, we got to clarify, like, because you know what I'm saying? Like,
we definitely do.
Yeah, I don't want none of them niggas thinking we friends out there.
It's like a handful.
But I know what he means.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
So it's no smoke. Like, that's why I'm just like, yo, like, I get it. I see
when you this
friend is a word that's used loosely or not. Yeah. Like, it's no in between.
I have to answer your question. To answer your question, my bad, guy. But to answer your question, see, I got clients and associates.
I get it.
I got friends. I keep that in my back pocket. I love these niggas smiles and cries, man. You gotta keep that shit professional. So I got clients and I got associates. You know what I'm saying? If we vibe on another level, we get cool.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I just needed to know like where these. I'm sorry, like where the friends were. But I have a question. But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm on your time. Look.
Yeah, you said you had a question.
Sorry. But as far as your like, because you know, I'm the girl, so I kind of ask girly questions. As far as your wifey and everything or whatever, she's been with you through college and through the thick of this thing. And I know you guys have a podcast together, and I know that is dope. But also, like, she's been with you through the time that you've been trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm. So we met after college.
Okay. No, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. So we met after college, but yeah, like it was literally on some, you know, niggas would be on our players and stuff. Like, hey man, you want to just like, and I don't have no game. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was young, I was mature when it came to hustling and getting money and shit. But like when it came to girls, no game at all. Just hey,
just hey.
I got this money. But, when they want going for that,
normally,
it's Detroit.
That's a good winning percentage.
It's mine.
It's Detroit, man. You dealing with the drug dealers' daughters and stuff, man. Like they not impressed by no money, nigga. Like, oh, I got a pager in 8th grade. She like, so nigga, my daddy got 3 of those. Like on my face. Like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna go over here then. Like, no. For my wife, man, like on our first couple of dates, we was just chopping it. Like we met through mutual friends, and the reason why I love her so much, man, she knew me from back in the day. So she suburban. She's from the city, but she moved to the suburbs. So like we had different upbringings, but like we knew mutual friends. So when I be posted at this one little spot, you know what I'm saying? I'm outside being a nigga, shirt all off, acting an ass. And then she would pull up to the spot on some new from ATL shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to hang with the thugs. You know what I'm saying? Take some pictures. I'd always trying to holler at it. She wasn't trying to talk to me. She's, oh, you too ghetto. You too ghetto.
Oh shit.
And then so after I got the agency job, you know what I'm saying? A nigga kind of cleaned up a little bit, just a little bit, because I'm still me. Like I could just present myself a little on a higher level, if you will. And I was able to take her on like a real date, and we had real conversations. And then it was just on some like, this was what I'm on, this is what I'm after. Like, do you want to roll with a real nigga? And it just like, yeah. And then we just been mobbing ever since, and it's been like peaks and valleys ever since. But she's always believed in me. She always like had my back. And it got jammed up down here when I first moved, because I was still in that Detroit mindset. She had to get me out of that. You know what I'm saying? And like did it without a blink. So like, and that's I don't have no friends because I don't need none. Like I got her. Like she got my back.
That's right.
Her. So like your significant other have your back like more than anybody else will.
They will.
Yeah.
No, that's
look at Gert. Look at Gert. Look at Gert. Look at
Gert.
Gert.
Gert don't trust nobody.
Look at Gert. Look at Gert.
No. It has to be earned though. It has to be earned. Like.
Who do I trust? Me. That's who.
Me. That's who. Nobody.
Like I said, I'm blessed to have gone through real life shit with people so that like, because it's always gonna be tested, right? Like loyal, like that's why I say you meet new people and you go through shit, but it's like you kind of see how they handle under the pressure. With like all my like family and my niggas I grew up with, my wife, we done been through shit and niggas was solid all the way through. So I can trust that. Everybody else, I don't know if you're gonna fold, my nigga.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Shit, this is a sidebar, but I just was kicking it to my peoples about this. Is to piggyback off what you're saying. Everybody should have somebody in their corner to where you care what they think about you. Yeah. Like when a nigga be like, yo, I don't care what nobody think. Stay away from that nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga, he going, if you don't care what nobody think, you on a crash course.
Yeah.
Like you should always have.
Right?
No, that's fact. What? Think about it this way though. Like
no Jay-Z, that nigga is on a renegade.
We on some Inception shit. Now because we about to do a sidebar inside of a sidebar, right? Because here's the thing, we functioning in this space as niggas blow up, right? And as niggas get popping and this and that, right? You know, with more money, more problems. So niggas gonna be talking shit about you. Oh, nigga, you got a hole in your shirt. Oh, them chains ain't real. Oh, the merch peeling. Oh, you bitch ass nigga. Oh, I remember, nigga. Look
at her forehead.
Shit like that. and you be like, but here's the thing. I don't take nothing personal from a motherfucker that don't know me personally, my nigga. You can say whatever the fuck you want, and I'm gonna comment underneath, and I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna put the merch link underneath that shit, my nigga. Get your shit off, bro. Get your shit off.
Hey, yo,
I don't give a fuck. These niggas love me.
T-shirt right there.
But you a different type of nigga though, because you like us.
But wait, you need that T-shirt. I don't take none personal from niggas that don't know me personally. That's a T-shirt right there.
That's definitely some merch, and we're gonna eliminate that from here. But
hey, look, I don't give a fuck if a nigga's feeling. Hey, look, they welcome to it. They can have it. They ain't gonna be able to rock it the way I rock it. They can't sell it the way I sell it. So
but you're a different type of nigga. But most niggas are not as confident, and they aren't as thorough as you, which is why, like, you.
I appreciate that.
No, they aren't. And I can appreciate the foundation that you set and what you stand on and everything that you have brought forth or whatever. And so at the end of the day, most niggas is not going to sit here and just like talk about what they've been through or talk about their hood or talk about like, you know, like they're gonna talk about it, but they're not gonna like talk about it the way that you talked about it. Like I wasn't in that, like I was trying to do something else. I was trying to propel my lifestyle or whatever, or trying to get out of that. They are trying to like glorify that lifestyle. And so we've seen that within the hip hop realm where they have glorified that lifestyle. And then at the end of the day, it had turned on them. So how do you feel? And I'm sorry if I stole y'all shine, but that's my question.
See. Real quick, before I answer your question, don't ever apologize for being you. Fact. Especially in the room full of niggas. Fuck that. You ain't overstepping. Talk your shit. What's the question again? I want to make sure I answer it right. I want this media shit. I want to make sure I answer it right. Can you repeat the question, please?
I felt like it was dope that, you know, like you went to school, you know what you wanted to go to school for. When I went to school, like you want to know, like I went to school because I thought I wanted to be like, you know, Claire Huxtable. I thought I wanted to be like the lawyer.
You wanted to fuck with Bill?
This is why I can't talk in the podcast.
Stupid,
because I have people like that. And this is why I decided if
you write your comebacks, I can write them for you.
I don't know, because you know, at the end of the day, Gert know that this shit is not sweet. And I will fucking, I'll text Gert. And like 1 a.m., like, fuck you, Gert. Like,
you got me fucked up, nigga. Not me, boy.
Not me. There's some shit that happened at 9 a.m. But like, my thing is this: like, how did you know that this was what you already wanted to do? Because you are good at it, and you like, you know, like you basically like ingratiated like your whole family into like accepting that this is what you wanted to do. Like, how did you know that at such an early age, and like, how are you able to like still navigate through that? That's what I wanted to know. So I find that fascinating to know that earlier.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm glad you recognize it, because I didn't realize that niggas wasn't like this. That like as we get older and shit, it's like no, I'm saying it's like niggas gotta find themselves or find their passion and shit. I just knew what I wanted to do and I just stuck to it. The one thing I can say, a couple things. One thing is that's just how my family is. Like the thing is, the Gross family are he a Gross. They put their mind to it, they gonna get it done. So I had that foundation. But then also my mom, I talked about like how militant she was, but like my mom really invested a lot of like confidence and self-esteem in me. Sure. She empowered me so I can feel that way. Right now, it's one thing to be a kid and feel that way, and then you go to school and like you special, you got something in you, and the rest of the world gonna try to beat you up and take it from you, right? Or try to put you down to make themselves feel better. But
you feel like you're not enough to live up to what your family has presented you to be. That's one thing. Well,
two things there. So one thing, when it comes to the family, I earned my stripes though. Like I knew what it was. I knew that they treated me like I was the golden child, but I didn't act like I was the golden child.
But your family knew that you were special, and they treated you like you were special, and it's your duty to uphold that. And so how did you feel like, okay, I'm gonna uphold that within this realm?
Because I'm trying to get niggas paid and move. No, you're right. I'm trying to get niggas out the hood. That's it. Like I got, okay, y'all believe in me? Like I say, if I'm gonna be the one, I got us. And so I'm just trying to get us all the fuck up out the hood. And I want to be on some masterpiece shit where like, okay, let me talk to my publicist. It's my little cousin. This, that. Like, who's the driver? That's my little cousin. You know, that's my big cousin. Who's you got these big ass niggas with these hoodies on? Those are my cousins. There's plenty of us. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to hire nobody. And what I don't like, what they don't know, I could teach them. And what I don't know, I could just hire somebody to do that shit. But like, I was always said, okay, well, it's a family business. I want to have a family business. I want to make sure that at least my cousins is good. Now the old heads, they had their turn. It's my turn now. But like, I'm really serious about that. And I'm sure this question gonna come up, but like the fire, like that was the old fire, right? That was the shit that got me like through school and all that shit. But when I moved down here, I interviewed at the radio station, and I'm thinking, this is it. You know what I'm saying? After being down here for 2 months, this is it. The dreams come true, man. All praise to the Most High. Like, we lit. They told me no. So you like, wait.
They called me no.
They was like, no. We ain't. All they had was part-time promotional assistant. The nigga that set up the tent and everything. And I get humbling yourself, but like I just went from like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
$40,000, and you trying to pay me with like concert tickets, nigga. The fuck? I just moved my girl down here and shit. So and so I switched to plan B, which was marketing, right? So I became like a freelance marketing specialist. You know what I'm saying? Just moving around basically. And then come to realize all growing up, I was a freelance nigga anyway.
The whole time. You never had the actual. Yeah, you never had the actual title, right? Because it's in you, right? Certain people it's just
a freelance nigga everywhere.
Go to the east side, nigga, meet a nigga, get 500, go over here, nigga, get in there 250, nigga, come back. Nigga, I know I'm sitting on 2 bands. Nigga, I'm like, okay, today was a good day, nigga.
But that's like, I feel like it's so much pressure. Like, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I understand what you're saying because they feel like, okay, your mom is the militant one. She is the one that's going to say, you need to be here at this certain time. You don't need to be over there. I'm going to make sure you're okay. And so when you feel like you're the one, it's so much pressure on you to make sure that you turn out to be that one. And people don't get that. They don't get that how much pressure you're putting on that child. that 18-year-old, that 16-year-old, that 15-year-old, like whatever you're doing to ensure that this person is the so-and-so called one. Because you see, a different light in that person. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, how did, like, the fact that you knew what you wanted to do before you even got to school is admirable. Because when I was in school, I was still figuring it out.
Well, not see. Here's the thing: in college, you on a dime. I'm about business, right?
I was on a dime.
No, so I'm saying when you go to school, and I get because it was niggas that was in there hanging out with me at the radio station. Like, I want to do radio. Then next semester they want to be a marine biologist or some shit. And I'm like, bro, do you realize every time you switch, you got to start all the way over? The meter's running when you get put on campus. So while you partying at the frat house and kicking it and doing this and doing that, that's cool. The meter's still running, my nigga. So I ain't going to class today. The bread still, you just burning money and throwing that shit out the window. So I'm the first nigga in my hood, first nigga in my family to go to college. I cannot fuck this shit up. Even though I was down there wilding, beat niggas up there.
Responsibility to put on somebody.
Hey, somebody gotta do it.
Yeah, that's and when you and I think and see, I get what you I guess are asking, and
to be the one is a lot.
It is, but when you are the one,
it's God though.
You just are the one,
God.
Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. But
like when you are the one, you just are the one. And it's certain things that you don't consider and you don't look at the same way as somebody else because they may not be the one. So it's like those pressures you might feel in different ways, right? You might feel those pressures in different ways, but
and it's definitely been some dark nights. It's been some shit where
very dark nights.
But I don't ever question my abilities though, man. Like the other thing, I'm an Aries too, so I know some niggas don't subscribe to Zodiac shit, nigga, but I do. I believe in setting this shit on fire.
That shit 100. That Zodiac shit is 100.
Anything more shit say describe me. I'm fearless and I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I burn this bitch to the ground.
I tell niggas all the time.
If I gotta take the Carter down, I take the Carter
down. Bring the smoke.
Chill. We can smooth past that, yo. We can move past that.
Just saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now you got. Go ahead.
All right. So here's what I want to know. Podcasting today, right? Podcasting today, it's become an oversaturated market. When we started our podcast, and we all talked about it, I wanted to start it then because I knew it would get oversaturated. Just like any other market is going to get oversaturated. You, of course, we are. you already spoke about, and we already spoke briefly about the consistency, right? So now we're treading a new path in a new space for the culture, right? So to speak, because podcasting isn't new. They were TED Talks though before, but now that we're in the podcast space and we're starting 2016, 17, 18, 19, right? So around this time, after you're doing the podcast and you're learning, damn, how the fuck do I make some money? Because it's cool, it's great, but I forget what the stat is, but there's not 10% of people maybe not even 10% make money in podcasting. 7%, right? 7%. So how did you then transition into, okay, I know I gotta make money, but let me try this out and see if this works. So what was your mindset in terms of figuring out how to monetize the podcast?
So first off, it wasn't no try out. It was gonna work. I get blood out of a turnip, nigga. Like, and going back just a little bit, when the radio station told me no, and I worked my marketing jobs and shit, I started doing this shit to prove, like, all right, well, I don't need them niggas. Then I'll do this shit my fucking self, and I'm gonna do it. This was. I had the idea 2013. But I ain't start acting on it until 2016 or whatever, right? So to your point, I understood that you just gotta get the followers up, right? Then started getting into the analytics and stuff. And like, okay, well, you gotta get 10,000, and then you be able to, get the sponsorships and stuff. Right. So that was the goal. That's why I just kept hammering it out. Just like selling dope, nigga. Just gotta keep cooking and keep cooking, just keep telling, rock your way up, nigga. The thing is, okay, it started to get over Detroit. Oh yeah, for sure. So I learned kind of just paying attention to the industry again. I've worked in the agency. I know what they're looking for from an agency standpoint. I know how the station works. out of nowhere, literally 7 years after being in Houston, I think this was right before you had left. I get a call from the radio station. They got a job for a nigga. This is after I didn't have it. I was thugging it out, trying to be a full-time podcaster. I was selling t-shirts, bro. It'd be times I hop on this mud, and that's the real thing. So to answer your question, merch. But then to get the bigger bag, I'm about to tell you how to get the bigger bag. But start selling merch, because it would be times where I have $40 in my account, nigga. I go live. Oh, we got shirts. Fuck y'all. Y'all some bitch ass niggas y'all week. Do the show, log off, $140. I done sold t-shirts because I just, and I say that like we joking, but like for talking shit. Like if I get on there and be like, hey guys, hey, this is Low Gross. Hey, shut the fuck up, nigga. We don't hear shit. If I get on there, hey man, bitch ass nigga of the week, man. Let me tell you about these bitch ass niggas blowing up. So I just talk. That's why I just keep going. But freelance, do all that, selling merch, still not making enough. Get the job at the radio station. They hired me to be a sales nigga, right? So again, my resume been sitting with these fools since 2013, since I moved down here, since they told me no the first time. I don't know what they calling me in this motherfucking folk. And so I'm like, all right, well, let's just see what they're talking about. Go up in there, work for sales. I was in there for 2 years, I think. And I didn't say nothing about my podcast. I just sat back, observed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all catching the pattern. I'm trying to hit a lick, nigga. So I'm just like, I'm in here. I'm on some wolf shit. Like I believe in that shit. That's my spirit animal. Like, so I'm in here. I'm just peeping the scene. The cubicle that they had me sitting in was like right in the middle of all the action. So like the money office, the accounting office is right here. Digital manager's office is right behind mine, and the GM's office is right around the corner. And everybody's just zipping tagging.
Perfect.
And all you got to do is shut the fuck up and listen. Yep. Chime in enough like for niggas to hear you and for niggas to feel you, and then shut the fuck up. And then whenever you can get the ear like one of the old heads and just kind of ask and
give a little bit more.
Yeah. And so then I was planning my move, because what I was trying to do is what I'm doing now. I was trying to pitch a podcast division to them, right? And I was going to show them how to monetize it. So they sent me out to DC to the headquarters of the radio station. Now I'm not gonna say their name, but like, but I'll need all this documented. So when I get to where I'm at, they know they fucked up. They fumbled the bag. I want y'all niggas to know that. I'll just tell you, it's the largest black media company in the country, and they missed the mark. And just so you know how well I played this shit and hustled my way into this shit. So I get to the headquarters. I find out who the vice president of programming for like they podcast shit was. I looked him up on LinkedIn before I got there. They taking us on a tour and shit. I acted like I had to go to the bathroom and like double back to homie desk and just like got to chopping it with him, asking the big questions. They still beta testing shit. They still doing this. They don't know how to do this. It's too much of a niche audience. They can't really do this, this, and this. And then so I'm sitting there like, man, I'm like 2-3 years ahead of these niggas. Like it just in my model and like what I'm doing. So I'm like, damn, that's a little discouraging. Like, so then I come back to Houston after training and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, that's confidence to like keep doing what I'm doing. But like, damn, how I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, pitch this idea. So I was chilling. One of the old heads, he was hip to like what I was doing, like even with the podcast and shit. He throw me the oop in one of the status meetings, like, hey, what they like, we need new ideas, guys. We need fresh ideas. He like, hey, Lo had an idea.
Boom. You know the Denzel meme when he was in Training Day. Boom.
So again, peaks and valleys, my nigga. This is it, right? Remember, just like when I moved down there. Oh, this is about to be it.
This is it.
Guess what? Hey, no, we don't want to hear that. That's weird.
Oh.
What? Now, at this time, podcasting was it was projected to be a $3.1 billion revenue stream, my nigga. Now it's at 5.8 billion. So I'm telling y'all niggas how to tap into $3.1 billion. And you gonna tell me, shut up, you're being weird. All right. I just shut the fuck up. And so I waited it out. The pandemic came, didn't give a fuck. My pops got sick. Found out that my daughter was coming and stuff. Went back to the city to get my hair right, nigga. Rode around with my niggas. Now, the hood is on fire now, so I just be chilling. But like sometimes I go home, I'm not gonna lie to you. I pull up, I sit on the block on the stoop, like where I used to sit at to like clear my head. I go just ride around my niggas and just be in my element and stuff. And that's all the refresher that I need to like, oh yeah, nigga, smell the cocaine residue and gun smoke, nigga. All right. Can't stop me, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I came back down here and I said, this is the plan. I walked in there and I quit my job. Because all my conversations, my smoke sessions with the homies and shit, the ones who believe in me, bro, cut the middleman. You need them niggas for, bro. You've been doing this shit as far as I'm concerned. You the hardest thing out, nigga. Fuck them niggas. And so I again, self-belief and all that shit. I'm like, that was one of those points
and
where
that reinforcement.
Yeah, because I was feeling low. I was feeling low as fuck. And then my niggas was like, nah, bro, came too far. Nah, keep that shit going. And so now that that's why I'm just full force, like on the monetization piece. So like I understand what they looking for. Like we mentioned about with the algorithms, and it ain't even necessarily about having the most likes or the most followers. It's just having reaching impressions and having the compelling content. Because also the political climate caused a switch where authenticity is like they don't want the hello, hi, this is low, and we got to see here. We're doing don't give a fuck about that shit. Right. They want to hear like what we kicking this and shit, stuff.
Right.
Well, we're signed to jurors, so we don't know what the people really.
Y'all ain't need over there.
We have
he don't show y'all the numbers.
The last time I checked, jurors got a new cell phone.
Is he getting a percentage of your merch? Is he getting a percentage off your candles?
He takes all the merch. He has new. Look at his earphones.
If you come over there,
nobody got that.
You can keep your candle money. You can keep your candle money. I don't want your money. We just want to help you grow over here.
And he has.
Y'all gotta stop this shit. It's kind of funny, right? Like
you gotta feed the wolves. You gotta feed the wolves.
Hey, the nigga juror said funny, not funny.
You gotta feed the wolves, George.
That nigga
we have a 360 deal with Jerry's. So
see, I gave my niggas their own merch and everything, man. Shit,
they own mics. Niggas got mics. Niggas got mics.
Yeah. Damn.
Jerry has a $10,000 puppy at his house.
See, you will get your own show. You can get your own merch. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'll take care of it, man. It's all good.
This is crazy. Look,
sir, you want your own show and a t-shirt? I got you, bro. It's all good.
Thank you. I mean, that's the only way we'll get residuals.
We'll be raping you,
Nigga, Jerry think he did it himself.
Nah, y'all gotta chill.
His contract is ironclad.
He said, when you sign, I get you the Kia on the alloy joint.
Listen, right?
RAV4 is what you do in a quarter. Let me see what you do in that quarter before.
What you think I RAV4? To push a fucking RAV4?
What you think I paid for?
But no, listen, right? Because what you've been speaking about is your network, and we kind of spoke about this. I don't know, a week or two ago. Like your network
is trying to serious it up.
Nah, this is where I was going already. Y'all niggas are stupid. All right, get your shit off. Go ahead. Get your shit off.
I'm done, boss. I'm done.
Yo, this is crazy. They definitely hit me with the
Hey, see, if you in trouble, blink twice.
She said, Can you see me? Can you see me?
We'll talk after the show. We'll get you some help.
Twice. What do 10 blinks mean?
Nah, but your network being your net worth, right?
Yeah.
So you being able to tap into what was always around you and having that strong foundation of people that was always around you, and now you being able to spread out, delegate, or for lack of a better word, just include and kind of bring up all of the people who have been there. Now today, when you speak of you switching to like the marketing and tapping into that, just following you on social media, seeing how everything is kind of laid out, and then even listening to the show, right? It speaks to everything that you've already spoken about, right? So you spoke about a broadcast background, and you spoke about how you got this training.
Real nigga when the camera off. Nigga, I'm a real nigga when the camera on. I'm a real nigga when the camera off.
That's right.
That's a fact, right? But I'm just speaking to like the structure of how you even put together the show, right? Because Inaudible Raucous Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts, y'all can go check that out. But when I listen to the show, it sounds like a show. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds like a show. You have breaks, you have advertisements, you have your own built-in nucleus. You have your wife doing selling her products, but also doing some of the PSAs. Like everything is built in to that network, and that is kind of showing and proving to be part of your net worth, right? So fast forwarding to kind of more of present day, I saw that you recently got a sponsorship. Yeah. So first and foremost, congratulations to that. We round of applause for that. You know, speak about that opportunity, kind of how that came about and what that means for you right now.
So again, sometimes you gotta it's not me, right? So the way to get ahead is to pass the ball off. So sometimes you gotta lateral that shit, man.
Yeah.
My wife, she supported me like in my career and my endeavors and what I was trying to do. So once we got to a certain point, I just kind of looked at her. I was like, okay, well, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? What is your passions? And she wanted to start her hair product line, which she did, and it's been successful. And we've been making a lot of money off that shit.
For adults or kids or who?
It's for everybody. It's for everybody. Naturally Nate on Instagram. You go to inaudiblerecords.com. Yeah, it's on the website. That look, fellas, is for your locks, your beards, all of that stuff, man, for everybody. But so this year, as we decided to like go to another level, she wanted to start doing vlogs on YouTube. So I'm like, all right, that's why, Jerry, I told you some of the shit I'm just learning vicariously through her or whatever, and kind of just managing her. But see, they want women. So I mean, you might want to, get your candlestick popping. Like women, the health and beauty catalog is like trillions of dollars. So, my wife started like looking into how can I do this? How can I do that? Cause she's like, I want to be an influencer full time. I'm like, all right, well, let's get this money then. And so she started reaching out to some of these companies. And so I got a sponsorship, but she found it for me when she found her. So she's on her third one now. Wow. Right. So she's got a scent box, which is a perfume sampler thing. Like you can order from them.
Subscription box.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You try that shit. Then she's got Ana Luisa jewelry, and then she just got one for this skin line, Urban Hydration out of Dallas, right? So one of the homies put that in play, and then I got one because I like to drink wine, so I'm on some. I was on some thug shit when I was younger, but I'm on some sophisticated like player shit now. So I smoke a joint and then drink a bottle of red wine, and then like I'm good. So I'm
nigga Gert would say you respect your liver.
Yeah, fuck that liquor shit, bro. I ain't trying to die. I am not trying to die.
Shout out to her for getting her subscriptions up though. That's dope. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Like she's a hustler too, man. That's why I say our daughter's gonna be a hustler. But like, so I got mine with California Wine Club, and so like every month they send me like 2 bottles of wine to like try out and everything. And so I'm gonna turn that into content because I told y'all all the hood shit. I got so much like corporate stories from just being like clearly being a black nigga. Walking around in like corporate America, like in these Fortune 500 companies, sitting in the boardroom and this and that. So like, I'm gonna tell those stories while drinking a glass of wine and just like, you know what I'm saying, and get that content off with that shit. So it's me trying to like infuse it into the lifestyle, and then that way the content just come naturally from it. But like, that's what we
have a question.
Mm-hmm?
Talk all that corporate shit.
No. Go ahead. Let's do it one time.
Top 5 DOA.
What? Rap?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Living or like all time?
Top 5.
Project Pat, E40. I guess you could put an asterisk next to E40, Be Legit, because every time like Be Legit get
top
on the track, you end up watching it.
Top 5.
I said Pat, 40, Pimp C, 8 Ball, Killer Mike.
Okay, if you had to do a 10, 5 more.
Oh, you're gonna make me pull my list. I keep a list in my phone.
I have to because Jers did that bullshit to us, and so I have
to. Payroll.
I have to. No, because you did that bullshit to us, and I wasn't prepared. So I have to do it.
I ain't gonna read my list. I ain't gonna read my list. I'm gonna go off my head then. That's all right. True. So next 5. I gave you 5. All right, next 5. Mm-hmm. Payroll from the city. Nip, Larry June, Gibbs.
That Freddie Gibbs.
Larry June is new too.
That's my nigga. I fucks with that nigga. Like, cause again, it's so sophisticated. That's some Saturday, like while I'm driving around and shit. Exactly. Like that's some smooth shit.
Saturday morning cartoons. That's June. Like, yeah. That's like my nigga Spitter.
Yeah, basically. Exactly. It's West Coast Spitter. But like I like that shit. It's you know what I'm saying. And most people, I don't see why niggas like Larry.
I like Larry.
Larry Jones.
It's some uncle shit. It's what your uncle would do. Get up, throw the Adidas tracksuit on, and make his move.
Spitter on the West Coast. I give you that, Jers. Yes.
What's that? Was that?
That's you got one. I think one more.
One more. I'll throw Ross in there. Ross or 2 Chainz. It's a toss up. That's just cause like they.
I thought that was 8.
You don't like no New York niggas in your top 5? Not one?
Hell no.
He didn't even say Tupac.
This is personal. Why? This sounds personal to me.
I thought I'm a West Coast and I'm a down South nigga. Y'all niggas, man. I've been waiting on this. We here. We're here,
and I invited you in the door.
I know you did.
This sounds personal.
She tried to walk me in. It's not. No. It's
nice, right? Nice and sweet.
yeah. They're not about to jump me.
Like, I love your corporate. I love that. Hey.
Yeah, but bitch ass nigga, tell us why you don't like no East Coast.
Let's get to the shits.
So here's the thing though. Growing up, Busta Rhymes is probably one of my favorite rappers and stuff.
Yes,
but
I give you that.
The reason why I picked all these other folks and stuff, man. So again, other half of my family that's not from Detroit is from the South. I got 2 Southern grandparents. I spent some time out in Cali as a young. We ain't even talk about the coldest summer ever. Like we ain't gonna talk about that. But, I was a shorty and I came back with a bag, man. And that, like, man, they took my hustle on a whole other level. Anyway, I spent time out there in the culture and all that shit. And so that's what it's more cultural for me, man. Like, and no disrespect to the East Coast or nothing, but I ain't never been out there. I actually put 2 feet on the ground and like moved around down south. You know what I'm saying? Moved around out west and stuff and like got to like kicking and chopping with niggas. So like I always respect the culture and like where it came from, but like, you know, I'm off vibe and shit. And I respect the lyrics and all that. I fuck with Mobb Deep. I'm a big Jadakiss fan. The Locks is my shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Of course, DMX. I was fucking with Beans. Beans. He kind of fizzled towards the back end. Definitely a Fab hit. Lloyd Banks. I'm fucking up. 50 Cent is one of my biggest like influences and shit. Big on the G Unit shit.
Queensbridge.
So why none of these niggas is mentioned is what we wondering.
They're not my favorites.
What we're wondering is why none of these niggas is mentioned.
Because consistency. 3 6 Mafia has one of the more prolific catalogs that stretch from 98, what we talked about when your hood got popping, from 98 until now. So sonically,
not till now. Wait, not till now.
Sound-wise, yes. What you think Drake rapping on? Memphis beats. That's the 3 6 Mafia sound.
To the south, they did.
The Memphis sound is 100%
the
now.
Memphis, yes.
Memphis and Detroit caught their waves at the same time, and I'm proud of that shit because I spent time in both places. Y'all niggas got to get it together though. Memphis, y'all can't steal Memphis style though. I see y'all stealing the drill shit from Chicago. That's cute.
This nigga said y'all niggas got to get it together.
Get it together, man. Y'all stole it from down south back in the day when Fat Joe and them was like, "Hey man, we got to save hip hop, man. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, man." Y'all, I feel it. I understand that. Then y'all switched up and did some shit that didn't work, right?
We flip-flopping.
What? Hold on. What didn't work? What didn't work?
Huh?
What didn't work?
Whatever that y'all couldn't steal, nigga. It didn't fit right.
The South
It
sound.
didn't fit right for y'all.
Nah, see, here's the thing, right?
Here we go. We here, baby.
So if we talking about
one extra person
sounds, right?
Yeah.
The New York sound, the East Coast sound, nobody's gonna deny that changed and people start adapting to the South. You can't deny it. The evidence is clear. But even in all of these people
wait, hold on. I don't just want to let you say that again, what you just said.
All right, so the East Coast sound, the New York sound, when you go to New York and you know that this is the sound that you're gonna hear from here, that sound changed. They didn't keep the same boom bap, the same Mobb Deep type of shit that he was talking about. Like
I don't know if I agree with that because
hold on. You don't have a choice because when we talk about the 2000s, I do
got a choice. What do you mean?
Yeah, but what I'm saying
is niggas who got
their
own style.
If we're talking about tangible evidence, right, and we're talking about people,
that's what we're talking about.
If we're talking about people in rap adopting a sound, everybody adopted that Southern sound.
When you go home and you turn on Hot 97, you can hear ESTG.
I don't. I have Apple Music.
No. That's not what we're asking you about your personal shit. We're saying if you were to.
No. So what y'all saying is something different than what's actually going on.
No, we're
what
not.
y'all say, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, right? When you still look at the popping shit in New York.
That shit on.
No. I'm not talking about the radio though. I'm talking about your
But that's what we're talking about, the sound.
That's
right. The sound of New York is still the sound of New York.
Nah, the voice in New York. The voice in New York is not playing fucking French
Wait a second.
all the time.
Y'all saying anything, right? When we look at New York and the pillars of New York, the pillars are still the pillars of New York. The old niggas are still the niggas in New York.
But that has nothing to do with the sound of
it has
the masses.
Nothing everything to do with the sound. That's what y'all missing.
Bro, Hove got on. I got the keys.
I don't care what Hove got on.
But he's a pillar. He's from New York.
Yo, Jers, what I'm telling you is the niggas in New York is still the niggas in New York. And what happens is these other places, the young niggas are the niggas in these places. But in New York, the older niggas are still the niggas in these places. And that's the difference in what you're talking about. So when you say the New York sound, Fab is still that nigga in New York.
And he does a mad down south shit, bro. He don't sound like... What are you talking about?
You said he jumps on mad down south shit?
Yes. Sonic, what are we talking about?
But Fab shit is still Fab shit. So no matter what he go jump on, when it comes to his projects are still his projects, and they all New York sounding projects.
No. That's not true.
What project wasn't? Tell me what project wasn't.
So if we're gonna just talk albums, right? Let me tell you.
Okay.
If we go to Young OG Project, which is his last official album, right?
Okay.
We're not gonna count mixtapes. Okay. You go to Young OG Project, that shit don't sound like New York.
What it sound like?
It sounds like he incorporated down south shit.
You said incorporated. Incorporate means to add to.
No, girl.
Don't play word semantics with
I'm
me.
not. You're trying to attack every specific point, but you're not listening.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. You said incorporated.
That means
this is my shit, but I added this shit to my shit. I'm saying when you
find a loophole.
There's no loopholes. New York niggas, what happens is the young niggas in New York did not take over the sound. But the young niggas in other places took over the sound.
But they did.
So the young niggas didn't uphold tradition. Damn, that's fucked up.
No, but the other people didn't either. Like what you have to understand, Gert, is that the New York sound is like only kept alive through Diddy and his
Zelda. Zelda.
Griselda. No, Griselda.
And Diddy
Griselda,
and his son.
38 Special, Ransom. Ransom is
Ransom. I like Ransom. I like Ransom.
But are we talking about? Well, are we talking about shit that's played on the radio, or are we talking about like shit that's?
No, we're talking about the sound. Like so,
we can talk about Ransom.
But wait, time out. When we talk about the radio, right? How much do all of you personally consume the radio?
Not that much.
That's not the point. Girl.
Why are we talking about the radio?
When you go home,
girl.
When you go home and you turn on this.
I don't.
Radio.
I got Apple Music.
But that's
I don't turn on the radio.
Let her finish.
38 Special and Ransom are vital. These are rappers who really rap. These are rare commodities. So when you go home, you're not hearing 38. Like I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, if you go home and you turn on that radio, you're not gonna hear no 38 Special. You're definitely not gonna hear no Ransom.
See, what you're saying is 100% right.
Let her finish.
She's 100% right.
But just let her finish her point still, though.
But if you do, it's gonna be on some late night shit. It's gonna be on some like throw it like there type shit. You're going to hear some stuff that's based off of some future shit. Some ESTG, you're going to hear some I Will Wait For You, Drake, whatever.
Shit.
You're going to hear that.
You're
shit.
right.
And that shit is going to be bringing.
And even Favi being the young nigga from New York.
But y'all are right. TJ, what y'all saying, but y'all are speaking on something that doesn't matter. Like y'all are saying, how does it matter?
Gert, this is the point. Hold up.
That's the sound of the streets. That's what
I think
we're
you
saying.
missing
That's not the sound. That's not the sound of the streets.
You arguing some different shit, bro.
I'm not. What I'm saying is very valid. Like the shit I'm saying is super valid.
Hey,
what y'all saying? I understand what y'all saying.
Y'all are all right though. It's just level
grumpy old man.
What I'm saying is the space that we're in, right? At one point, you had to go to the radio.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the radio no more. And what I'm speaking to is where y'all say this is not the sound of New York. What I'm arguing is if you look at their shows, right? Because their shows matter. Who comes out to see these niggas? And if these niggas are still having sold out shows, and when they go to other places, that's still the sound of New York.
That's not. I get what you're saying.
What are we talking to?
We can leave.
We live in a era where the radio is not.
Niggas always like to go. We live in
What I'm saying is the radio is not the number one source of music.
That's true.
At one point, the radio was the number one source of music. It's not that no more. So why are we talking about the radio?
But I'm saying that to identify the culture, right? To identify the temperature of
culturally,
music, to identify the pulse on music. If you can hear an ESTG song in fucking New York, that's the temperature of music right now.
That's not true.
Or you
and
can
I'm saying,
let her finish, bro. Just let her finish.
Future song in New York, that's the temperature of music right now.
No, it's not.
No, Gert.
That's the temperature of the record label.
You can't do it. Atlanta, I only heard Atlanta shit.
I understand what you're saying. See, what I'm telling you.
No, Gert.
That's the temperature of the record label.
You can't do it. Atlanta, I only heard Atlanta shit.
I understand what you're saying. See, what I'm telling you though is that
I never heard Atlanta shit.
But wait, time out.
It was Atlanta shit.
What you're saying
you
is 100% right. See,
to get that fucking music. That's all I'm saying, because we had our own popping sound. We had fucking.
Right. That's not what I'm arguing.
What are we talking about? If I'm right,
what I'm saying is, if you're still judging, this is what we're talking about. If you're still judging,
that's what you talking about.
If you're still judging the landscape of anything off what's on the radio, you are outdated. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, really, Gert?
If you're basing, yes, the radio is what the record labels and whoever is payola, who's paying for this shit.
They was paying for this shit beforehand.
Right, but that don't dictate who's who. Like I was just telling somebody the other day, right?
You lost me, Gert.
I'm done.
So, let me up the car.
I'm gonna tell you, right?
Wrap it up, bro. This is crazy.
Listen, Rolling Loud is in New York. They next shit, right? And if you look at all of the acts on Rolling Loud, all of these acts are established artists, right? Everybody who's coming to Rolling Loud is established artists. And whatever fucking bubble they're in, there's somebody. None of them niggas is getting played on the radio, but yet they have a fan base. If you're still basing your shit off the radio, it's outdated. Because there's so many different avenues for you to get music from. The radio is not the number one nigga no more. So it don't matter what's being played on the radio.
I'm not saying that that's the number one nigga that you're getting music from. What I'm saying is that that's the temperature of music right now. The temperature of music is Designer was just cursing out ETSG for charging him $75,000 for a fucking feature right now on Instagram. I'm saying the temperature of music is not in New York. New York doesn't control shit. And so the fact that you're saying that it controls shit is like on some like 20 years ago type shit. That shit is like old man shit.
Gert, do you have a Timberland house robe?
Nah, it's LO. My shit polo. But I gotta get one of them. I gotta get one.
What did you say? A robe?
I put my Timbs on with my LO robe though. If that's what I put my shits on with my shit.
No. You ain't just gotta be a New York nigga. I crack jokes about that shit, but like Timbs are very much house shoes where I come from. I ain't taking the trash out in no flip flops and then whatever you gotta fight, nigga.
Oh, shit, they all purpose.
If you gotta run, if you gotta fight, you might go to jail. You might just go walk up the street and gotta go to jail. I ain't gonna do no fucking flip flops.
But if you wanted to argue about him not having no New York niggas on his top 5 or top 10, though, that was the wrong way to go about it, girl.
Hey, you like how I just Jedi mind tricked y'all into fighting each other though? That's my superpower, man.
No, but I knew where it was going.
Yeah.
But it was
the
car.
I get that.
I couldn't wait.
The car was going.
No. I get like what.
It's over, bro. It's over.
I get all of that.
You gotta let it go.
Radio don't dictate that.
We got
the radio don't dictate what's hot.
We got it. But look, this is what I want to do.
I'm not saying that as far as everything.
Listen, fuck that. I think the people understand.
I check the temperature, Gert. You ain't checking the temp.
Now,
temperatures outside of the club.
On some music shit, but just culturally right now, kind of taking it away from. Well, we don't necessarily have to take it away from music, but culturally, back to media, back to broadcasting, back to podcasts, back to culture and encompassing all of those things. When we look at the culture right now, you know, you see shit like the P&B Rock shit that just happened. We know that happens all of the time, but of course it's unfortunate. Rest in peace to him. When we talk about music and how it's not the same anymore, streaming is here. You don't get paid worth a damn, so you got to get other hustles on. You got to have your merch. You got to do different sponsorships, all of this different thing. When we're talking about the culture as a whole, and now us kind of stepping into that elder statesman, you know, sort of position, getting up in age and having a little bit of experience and knowing a little bit about a little bit. How do you kind of not preach, but give that knowledge and that message down to some of those little cousins and some of the people that's behind you, that's watching you? Like, how do you keep your hand on the pulse of the culture, understand where it is and where it's going, and how you can help steer people in the right direction?
That's actually been the toughest part now, because I had a shift this year where niggas wasn't getting it. You know what I'm saying? You trying to teach it to niggas, they wasn't getting it, they wasn't understanding. I've accepted the fact that, like, sometimes, just like at the radio station, sometimes I'm too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at that shit. I just gotta learn how to sometimes, like, slow down and give people a chance to catch up. But so, and it strained some of my personal relationships with family members, some of my cousins and that, because like I'm screaming on niggas and they wasn't hearing me. And I'm mad because it's like, you know, this is how we get down. Like, I just screamed on y'all niggas 100 times. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden it's an issue. So I took a step back, man. And that's why I said I took a step back from niggas, because I had some business situations that went a different way. And I just got to myself, and I came back from the mountaintop like, all right, I'm gonna have to be more patient. I'm gonna have to be more of a teacher, like in this next lane. But I feel like my future is in that, and like my growth is going to be tied to that, because the more knowledge and stuff that I could spread, then the further, like, you know what I'm saying, it'll go. Like, it's some shit that I can't do myself, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, I can only go so far. But if I just get to, you know what I'm saying, playing point guard and just passing it around to those that need it, so instead of running around looking for folks, I'll just be like, the niggas that come to me for help, like, I help them, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I just be to myself now. Like,
and when you speak, it's a balance. And when you speak about future and balance, right? You kind of breezed over it briefly, just kind of as you were talking about your journey. But you recently, or within the last few years, became a father, right? Yeah. So that, of course, is one of the biggest changes in your life. Maybe, you know, I'm sure most people say that's the best thing that happened to them, right? So, like, now being a father and having that hustle, but now having to take it up a notch, and then the vision just becoming different. So you was hustling for your unborn child before, your family legacy before, but having a child, what are some of those differences in how you kind of set up the future, and then even kind of prepare her for this new world that is ever changing?
Time. So again, we talked about getting up at 5:30 and stuff, man, but like, I got so much stuff going on, but I'm a real stickler about like my time and my time management, because after 7:30, like, I shut that shit off. You know what I'm saying? 7:30, like now, unless it's a night that we record or something, but like, I shut that shit off and I make time for my daughter. Like, I'll put my phone down, I'll put, you know what I'm saying, put on the other side of the room and like just be invested in her, because I feel like having her, like, it was the best thing that happened to me, man, because like I done survived a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of shit. And then, like you said, you keep going, but then like when I had my daughter, and I held it for the first time, nigga, I broke down crying because it's like, man, like this is why I survived. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I survived. Like I ain't think that I was gonna make it to this point. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to do that, and then now, like I be sitting there playing with her sometimes, bro, and I gotta look away because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm trying not to cry, but she watches me though. Like she's talking now. She's talking and walking. So she'll be sitting there watching me. I taught her, like, I was playing with the board, like the new soundboard or whatever. I made a reel of it, man, showing her. I just recorded her just doing what she's sliding this stuff, pushing the you know what I'm saying, the sound effects thing, turning this, pushing that. And I'm like she gets it. Like, but I'm setting all this up because we always say we want to like have a business or something, like, so you can pass down to your children. But like, here's the thing. You can pass it down to them, but what if they don't want to do that? Right?
Exactly.
So I want to just create a business or a platform that can run like itself, and she could just tap into the money like when she need it. Like this is a cash cow for her that she could just be like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? The catalog like is generating so much revenue that she gonna be straight regardless whether she chooses this life or not. So but everything is like, even my decision making is different now because like I'm not getting off my couch if it's not an opportunity that's going to advance the mission. Like, remember how we met at a networking thing? I don't do that networking bullshit no more.
Right. Hell no.
You go to a networking thing, you find out ain't nobody working for real. Like, and then they see niggas like us that's actually like moving, and they want to just attach to that wagon. I don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time for that shit. So my thing is like, I sit on the couch, and if a nigga hit me like, oh, I got this and that going on, I'm like, all right, you come in? I'm like, nah. Cause I waited on it. Like this ain't gonna get me where I'm trying to go. Like this is for you, nigga. Like, and I'm okay with telling you no.
How old is she?
She's 15 months.
You don't mind me asking. Oh, don't do that. I can't count. I don't really.
So she's a year. She was a year and two.
Yeah,
I'm not good at math either. I can just count money.
Please don't do that. Look, I had 26 months or something. Like I don't know how old she is.
But I like it, but like it's because it's over one and we're not quite two yet. Yeah. But once you turn two, it's gonna be two. We ain't doing that 18 months.
And I have another one. So that's why I'm just like, the numbers confuse me. I don't like math. So anyway.
Me neither. Fuck math.
No, but I think it's dope because like I am a daddy's girl and I love my dad through like unconditionally. Like my mom, she could talk stuff about anybody, but I'd be like, whoa. You say nothing about my dad. And I love my mom too, but you better not say nothing about my daddy. Like, so that relationship is like super important. How do you balance the, being a father and being engrossed in your work and everything like that? Okay. How do you balance the two? Because it's just it's difficult. Like I know Gert can speak to that too because he has a daughter, and he has a daughter as well. So like it's hard to balance being a father, like an involved father, you know, like not just a father that just be there, that kick the ball to him. But
I'll say this:
that's going to pick up the ball too and toss it to him. You know, like how is that? How does that work for you?
How can I say this? I did everything I wanted to do. Like anything else that happens to me, like that I get to do now is bonus, man. I done got to see the world a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically like living out my dream now and stuff. So it ain't about me no more. You know what I'm saying?
But as far as working, how does that work?
Time management. You know, I told you, like I'm on to this, to that, to this, and that. I was joking the other day. I made a post. I got a 5 to 9, I got a 9 to 5, a 5 to 9, and a 9 to 12. We got the shows. My wife got her product line, and then I got an agency that we just launched at the beginning of this year. Like after we got that other bullshit smoothed out, we actually went ahead with the business. So I got my own marketing agency. Me and my dog Alex came in, and like so I got clients and shit like that I work with, like they marketing and all that.
That's dope.
But after 7:30, you could call.
Do not disturb.
I don't answer. Like I put my D&D on at 11 because the shit be pinging all night. My wife get mad at that shit. So like 11 o'clock, it's like don't nothing get through. But 7:30, I just don't let nothing get through on my own time. Like it's a certain time, it's family time, certain weekend things. Judge, you know this on Sundays. It's like, bro, maybe I'll do something on Sundays, but most times I don't schedule shit on those Sundays. Yeah, for the weak ass niggas that I don't want to like deal with or whatever, I just always tell them, and I'm giving away my. But like, if I tell a nigga, hey, Tuesday at 7:30, guess what? I'm not gonna be there. You can pull up all right. Tuesday at 7:30. Now here, you could tell if a nigga serious or not, because if a nigga actually hit you up at Tuesday at 7:30, he real. But most of the time at these networking events, these niggas don't be for real. So you just give them a date and a time to activate them. It's like, I'm serious. And then I always say, we'll make it happen, because guess what? We will, if it's meant to be.
I think that's so dope, because like and I'm not trying to make it serious, but our young Black women, we really, and even our young Black men, we really need that father figure in our life.
Sure,
and I find it refreshing when, guys that, I call my friends make time for their children. When, guys that, I call my friends make time for their children, and they invest in their children, and they say like, I'm cutting out this time to have time with my children. And I think that is the most admirable thing, especially coming from that, because they try to strip that away from our families, and they try to take that away from our families. I think that it's important for us to still instill those values within our community. And so that's why I'm asking, like, how do you separate the time and like, trying to still be that figure for your children, because it's important. Like, they need you, and they need to know, like, okay, I came from a strong background. I'm not going to accept this. Like, I can't. My daddy was there. My daddy loved my mom. That's exactly what it is. I seen him love my mom. I seen him, like, care for me and my mother at the same time. Like, it's certain things that most women don't get to experience. So you get to portray that within your household with your wife and your daughter. And so how does that, like, I guess I'm trying to say, like, how do you make time for that? Because a lot of men neglect the home because they're just like, yo, I got to make money. I got to take care of home. I got to be the provider. Shout out to you, Pops. I love you, Pops. They just like, I got to be the provider. And they never are the, like, the comforter or the man of the house or the leader.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You touched on a good thing. This is more important to me than anything, though. And I feel like I fucks with y'all. I listen to the show and stuff, man. But like, it's not that many of us, men wise, that be on the shit that we on, man. But it comes with, we saw the era before us do the shit that they did. But like, I knew I wanted to do this, but the person I wanted to be a family man. I wanted to be a businessman. I watched, we love the mob shit, right? The mob shit, them niggas do their thing, and they be at all the family dinners and all the birthdays. Us Black folks don't even act like we ain't gotta be there, right? niggas be locked up in prison for 20 million years, still having spaghetti dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like bosses and shit. I want that shit. I want to be the nigga in the tracksuit. I don't do the Bluetooth shit. I got the Raycon shit. You know
the Bluetooth is nasty. That's old head. Like, that's reserved for the old heads now.
I want to be that nigga with the joint
though.
on the back porch. The kids running around in the yard. I got my tracksuit on. Niggas smoking on the J. Listen to some music. Like, damn, look at these little badass niggas. Like, but beyond that, that's me. But beyond that, the reason why I represent it so hard, like, and even like Jersey, you said it, like, even on my timeline and stuff, like, I'm promoting some shit. It's just, you got to catch what I'm promoting. I'm promoting family. I'm promoting like faith. Yes. I'm promoting being a stand-up ass nigga. I'm promoting being a pillar in your community and like leading niggas and shit. And the way that I believe that we fix the hood, I'm not about to be in no rally talking about Black Lives Matter and all that shit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on rebuilding the community. And the community was built on families.
Exactly.
A group of families. We out here like thugging and being single and not respecting women and doing all that. No, if you respect your household and you build your kingdom up, and then you up with other kings that's building their kingdom up, that's a fucking empire. Like, but I know what I'm trying to build, and I recognize in the other niggas. I don't know if they recognize it in themselves, but that's the solution. Right. That's it. And so, okay, like I said, I got frustrated because I'm trying to preach it to niggas, they ain't getting it. So guess what? I'm just gonna build it my fucking self.
Yeah.
And it's important to me. So, and even down to my daughter being born, and you know, fellas, you want a son? Oh, I want a son. I want a son.
Mm-hmm.
Found out she was a girl, and I'm like, all right. And it didn't take me until last month is when God like I figured out why I had a daughter. Huh?
Hey, yo, I tell you some G shit. My daughter's
years. It last month you decided.
No, I'm saying God
he said you figured. He said, hold on, girl. He's saying that he figured out why he had a daughter.
God, yeah, I heard him.
I had to soften up.
I tell you some G shit. My daughters taught me how to father my son.
How so?
I love that.
My daughters taught me how to father my son.
How so?
I love that.
It took me, my daughter, I want to say is 16 years older than my son. But from parenting my daughters and allowing them to be the young women that they become, all of the bullshit that I would have tried to put into my son, if I'd have had him first, it's like, you got to hit everything I missed.
Yep.
Yes.
From me parenting my daughters is like, no, do the shit y'all want to do. Yep. I got y'all covered. It taught me what I needed to give to my son at this point.
And I love that, because that's the thing, because you don't know. It's like a different love that you have. And it's no shade or nothing for your son or whatever, but it's a different type of love if you have a girl. That's unconditional. And that's probably the first woman, and not even like on no mom or some like wifey type shit. That's the first woman that you are really willing to risk everything for.
See, I tell you, more so than all of that, it's a different type of patience you're willing to deal with. Like, you take all of that other shit, but patient, where like you have to sit and figure it out.
Yes.
A lot of shit is easy to dismiss, right? Yep. But when dealing with your daughter, you got to figure out how to keep her off the pole.
Patient.
But it's not so much keeping her off the pole when she's young.
No, I'm saying that, but
I know what you're saying.
It's all of the shit that comes with that mindset. I use that, but Chris Rock said that in his stand-up.
Right.
But I see that with my family, is that he has more patience with her, because he'll tell me, you got to have patience with her. And I'll be like, well, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I did have patience. I told her 3 times, like, and that's just my patience. But he's like, you got to have patience. You got to talk to her a certain type of way. You got to speak to her a certain type of way. You have to like massage her.
Figure it out. No, it's figuring it out.
But this is the thing. Right? If you are able to do that with your daughter, I know you are able to do that with me, but you just choose not to.
No, it's not.
No, but that's I'm somebody's daughter too. I'm somebody's daughter.
Oh,
and
shit.
I could probably take them if I wanted to.
Whoa.
If I wanted to take that nigga in the back alley, I could probably take him. He old
She
now.
ripped that shit out on you, dog. She just turned around and said, I got you, nigga. Don't move.
Oh, shit.
I turned that knife. Because you have
to get back on top of it, though.
Perspective, and you have that sort of patience with her, but you won't have that patience with me. And
I didn't shoot you out of my love organ. I shot you with my love organ. Shoot you out.
Love organ is crazy.
I did want to say this though, because 3 things that I learned: patience, that I didn't have before, compassion and empathy. Like those are the other like 2 things that I had to grow. I had to expand my emotional range to like include those emotions, man. And it was a little weird for me at first. I'm like,
at this point in my life, I tell people I'm heavy on the empathy, light on the sympathy.
Yeah.
Super heavy on the empathy, super light on the sympathy.
Because I don't feel
I get that.
I can't. I'm a bootstrap nigga. You got to like. I was tough. I feel you. It was tough for me too.
I understand. But what you gonna do?
Look, they be like, oh, I can't put myself in your shoes, nigga, because these my shoes. What the fuck?
He's mine.
But with my daughter, like you said, like just tapping into feelings and just understanding the emotional climate, like not even just with her, but like even with my wife. So just understanding, like, okay. And I tell myself to shut the fuck up at least 4-5 times a day. I'll be in the middle of something like, bro, shut the fuck up. Bro, just be quiet.
They're gonna cry.
With your daughters, you want to figure out how did we get here?
But you're a problem solver.
With everybody else's, oh no, this is what we do once we get here.
Yeah.
With my daughters, well, how did we get to this point to where it's this? With everybody else's, I got the answer. I know what to do once we get here.
Yeah.
But for her, I want to know how we got here so that we can correct it. And that's the difference.
That's real.
But you can't be in the Rubik's Cube in every situation. You can't problem solve every situation. For
my daughters, I will.
No, you can't.
For everybody else.
No, you can't.
What's up? I wonder, like my son, I think I'd try to figure it out for him too. I think
he's young.
So because for him we got to hit the ground running, right? It's for your daughters. It's you. Oh no, you're okay.
You take your time.
It's the mindset of understanding the difference in the two.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like you are saying, are you okay to your daughters first, and then for your son, you're like, how did we get here?
No.
The reverse.
The other way.
Okay, so for your daughters, you're like, how did we get here? And for your son, are we okay?
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
Walk that shit off.
Word. So look, real quick, right? Because you threw a monkey wrench with the top 5 DOA. I want to no. I'm saying with the top 5 DOA with music, right? But I want to keep it in the space. As a podcaster, I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, I don't listen to other niggas shit. I'm so focused on my shit. Fuck that shit. So who else do you look to in the space? Who else do you look to in the space as someone to like, or people to be aware of, or to kind of be, admire, or whatever the case may be? And I'm asking that coupled with like if you wanted to list like a top 5.
Got you. To be real, like I did at the beginning of this year, I stopped listening to like all the shit because like I caught a groove, man, and I was creating from within. So like I get what you said, but like leading up to that, I'm gonna say for sure Adam Carolla, because he was the one who made me like now I'm gonna tell you this, I don't listen to the nigga show except for like 1 or 2 episodes I think I have, but like his blueprint, because he was the nigga who was like, oh yeah. They did like a little special on this nigga one time, and he's like, oh, I got my recording studio in my closet. I wake up, I record my ads, I do my show, and then he goes out to like to meetings and shit, or he hang out with his kids. He come home, had dinner, hang out with them, put them to bed, then goes out to the comedy clubs, like how Joe Rogan do. Like Joe Rogan got it from Adam Carolla. So that's the shit. Like, oh, I could build my own shit in my house. I ain't gotta like do nothing. So him first. I would definitely say Charlemagne, just because I think this is an honorable mention to Combat Jack, because Combat Jack was the real first like influence for real. But Charlemagne was the one who kind of like popularized it amongst the Black community. So him, like Brilliant Idiots. I like Rory and Maul. And then I started listening to Big Facts. I like Big Facts down in Atlanta because I need some shit. Like, it's different. I like Big Facts. The podcasting and stuff, but like I need some of that real shit. And Joe Budden used to have the real shit, but like when Rory and Maul left, I feel like it shifted in a different direction. And so like I go to Big Facts for that. Like, and those are the main ones. And I like what Gilly and Wallow doing too. But like those are my main ones.
Word. She really pissed. Nah, because I think right now, when you just speak, and we're going to get out of here soon, but when you speak of authenticity, individuality, and not being a copycat, because I spoke about how much of a saturated market it is, and it's easy to kind of look at certain people and then try to copy or emulate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to be inspired is one thing, but then you do have to shut it off. You can't be so ingratiated over here, because what's going to end up happening is you're not going to have your own identity. You're going to adopt the identity of other people.
That's it. Because again, so you know this, every now and then, podcasting is tough, right? Especially doing it every week. Some weeks don't shit be popping for real, right? Then some weeks we got what we call podcasters paradise, nigga. We're like Will Smith slapped the shit out of a nigga. This nigga do this nigga do that. It's like, bro, like we got content out the ass, right? But the thing is, like, and that's why I said I stopped listening to other folks, because after a while it's like niggas is just regurgitating takes, right? And it's like, nah, like the strength of my podcast, niggas fuck with is me. You know what I'm saying? So like it'll be like we'll spend a whole segment where we don't talk about no popular topics and stuff. We talk about our lives and shit. We talk about what's going on, and I'll use that as an opportunity to drop some game or something in there. Now at first, and this is what all podcasters out there, I want you to know something, man. Like, yes, do what you gotta do to get started, but as you start to like develop your core audience and who they are, they gonna tell you what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So what I started doing, I'm thinking I'm doing some shit one way, and you know, so I get the feedback from niggas. They like, nah, we like when you give us this. So I started leaning more into myself and creating from within. And then like, if it like, let's say for instance, the PNB Rock shit, I don't listen to no fucking PNB Rock. I don't need to go listen to no PNB Rock, but I could take that situation and turn it into a real life scenario. And then we could talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just turning into like the gossip shit. Now, sometimes you got to sprinkle a little, let's say, put the you got to make it appealing. So that's the hook. I don't like have these like, you know, popular topics to hook niggas in, but like you thought you showed up to, you know what I'm saying, hear a nigga talk about the NFL playoffs, and we up here talking about niggas, how the motherfucking, do you prefer King Palm or motherfucking raw cones? Nigga, like, you know, I'm telling some wild story about how a nigga got so high and ate weed off of a waffle one time and was up in the club and shut up like the crazy. Like, who knows?
Right. Word. So really quick before we get out of here, moving forward, what does it look like? I don't want you to give niggas your sauce or your 5-year plan or nothing like that, but you have this network that you've built, this ecosystem that you've built. So what does it look like moving forward? How do we, you know, of course we keep mobbing, but what does it look like for your immediate future? Let's call it.
Continuing with the network. Another reason why I've been going hard, but I still took a step back, and I'm a Detroit nigga, so like I can do two things at once. But like this year, especially with us launching the agency, I wanted to focus more on some executive shit and like launching the shows and all that. Like I wanted to function more as a producer, like as an executive producer. So I wanted to like give other niggas a shot, but I wanted to flex like my editing and like, you know what I'm saying, like mixing muscle and stuff that way. So definitely looking to like add more shows like to the network. Eventually want to grow that, you know what I'm saying? Like so that the sponsorship dollars can continue to come in, and then keep pushing this merch, but then keep giving opportunities to like other niggas like that I believe in and that I see that's out here like trying to mob, man, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I may not even get mine this lifetime for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. Like, but I at least want to just make sure that like I left something like for niggas to use to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. But like, yeah, just more cars, more clothes, more pies, nigga. Like
say that. We got Inaudible Raucous Podcast website, handles. Where can people follow you?
So you can follow me on social media, Skeet Gross. You know what I'm saying? Follow the podcast, Inaudible Raucous _podcast. You can also follow my wife's page, naturally_Nay with 2 E's. That's naturally_NAEE for her hair care products. You can go to our website, inaudibleraucous.com. We got her hair care products on there, and we got the merch. It's cold as fuck. I know y'all niggas need some hoodies, man, so I'm about to drop those again. I got some new merch dropping. I've been holding on to it for a minute because I was waiting for the right time, but look out for that shit soon. The bitch ass nigga campaign, so it's gonna be hard. I'm still some stuff. I'm going on tour. Not for real, but I am.
Tell y'all niggas some funny shit. Black niggas say hoodie season. White niggas say cardigan weather.
Oh yeah.
I heard white niggas say, "Oh, this is cardigan weather."
As he sipped his pumpkin spice latte.
That's a hoodie season, nigga.
Man. Oh shit! And I forgot. I mean, you mentioned you kind of doing the executive thing, but you know, you kind of started off just doing one pod. What was it? Saturdays you drop, right? Well, Saturdays the episodes come out.
Saturdays.
Yep. So now you've gotten to a point where There's some spinoffs. There's other things. Kind of talk about that because that's a big thing.
Nigga, we cooking dope. Nigga, what you mean? Booming, nigga. So I got the couple things. Because I'm always tracking the industry, right? And that's why I say like it's the marketability factor and stuff. But like the top 3 subcategories, because podcasting, yes, it's oversaturated, but you just gotta find your lane and grow deeper into
relationships is good too.
Yeah, so it's all these subcategories, and I think 3 of the top like 7 that I saw like there was all right. This is viable because I ain't chasing everything. Like you still gotta like play to your strength. Yeah. So, one of my homie E-Ray, he's a co-host. He likes real big on like TV shows and stuff. So like TV and film, like rewatch and recap shows is big. Wrestling is big, and then like I think like storytelling and like comedy pods. So first thing is. There's some game like y'all use this shit too, nigga. Like categorize all your shit as comedy, cause like that shit just it goes up. And then the other thing is, so like we got binge flicks and chill, which that's it's more seasonal. So we did season 1, like 15 episodes. You can go catch up on those, and then we coming back next fall. And like that's just it's his show. I'm just producing. Sometimes I'm on the episode. Sometimes I'm just playing the background. But like it's just us recapping TV shows and movies that he picks. Shout out to E-Ray. Then my dog Smiles has his show Music Impulse, which we used to we did college radio together. So like that's been my dog. He up in Dallas. Both of those niggas is in Dallas. But he does a music show where he interviews like entrepreneurs, artists and stuff, do the music there. Then he got another thing that we working on. We're gonna pick 10 albums and like go back and re-listen to them and like revisit different genres and stuff. And then me and my wife got the Skeeters show. Like that's just a family pod. It's showing another side of me, which if y'all listen to that, you're like, oh damn, this nigga still talk the same shit when he around his wife too. So, because again, like I'm a real nigga with the cameras off or on.
I like that.
Then we have Let Me Book the Territory, which is a wrestling podcast in conjunction with E-Ray, my co-host, and then another guy that I did college radio with, A-Dub, and a couple of they guys, BA and J-Mo. And that's, again, I'm not gonna lie to y'all niggas, I do not watch wrestling, but I might want to. I listen to they pod because I edited, I executive produced that, and like this shit make me want to watch wrestling again because like these niggas are informative of it and stuff. But it just speaks to having a pulse on what the people want and just cooking it and serving it to them, man. And like I said, I don't have to be the nigga to deliver it to them, but I can just, you know what I'm saying, chop it, wrap it, and hand it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the chef. So that's what I'm on. But and also these is niggas that's been in the trenches with me. Well, y'all talk about the consistency and stuff, but like, you know, when you're trying to find somebody to do the episode with you and shit, like, so like these niggas showed up each and every time the past 6 years. So I just wanted to put niggas in position to get their shit off. You know what I'm saying? So if any of y'all niggas want to come to Inaudible Raucous.
Hey, yo, wait though. I just want to keep it a bean on Mike. Your shit is dope though. I fuck with your shit.
Appreciate that, bro.
Instagram page, all your shit. Super dope and fuck with your shit. I don't fuck with much shit. Niggas will tell you.
He definitely don't.
I appreciate that. But I do too. I don't do interviews, man, because like, first off, come on, man. Niggas like everybody can I be on the show? Can I be on the show?
Right.
You know what you do. You've been potting for enough time. You get the feeling. You got judge. You got go. Y'all niggas know what y'all doing, but it's like you bring a nigga on and shit. Like y'all don't call the vibe. Like with the I listened to the one with the WNBA girl on there. She was going right, and I like that shit. But it's like you try to do these artists, and you know they get all Hollywood because they try to act like they on the Breakfast Club. I can't really say too much about nothing. Nigga, all we asked is who your top 5 was. Man, define the 5 of which the quadrilateral equation of. Nigga, shut the fuck up and you already know what it is. We don't, my nigga. That's why we asked you. That's why I don't do interviews. Right, niggas,
I don't even know where to put my hands.
If it's an artist that I fuck with, because that's another thing. I interviewed Lil Flip. I interviewed Steven Jackson. I interviewed Styley and a couple other niggas, but like that was it. As far as big names, I'm not running around here trying to interview Slim Thug and Paul Wall because they're not gonna me, right? I read in Angie Martinez's book, Jay-Z used to pull up to have her listen to the album and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so him and Angie are cool. So if he sits down with Angie, he's gonna give it up because like that's his homie.
That's the rapport, like, right?
Yeah,
and not only that. Would he say that he don't want, she'll edit, right? Like, so exactly. it ain't niggas don't understand that the relationship is more than a clickbait, and a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people is just trying to go viral, so they want the clickbait. But the relationship means more.
Yeah. And the conversation that they have, he gonna give to Angie stuff that he ain't gonna give to the Breakfast Club. That he ain't gonna give to Funk Flex and them. Right.
The relationship, the vibe, the energy is different.
But that's why I interview artists that's in the trenches. I only play independent music because you get your shit blocked and banned of playing like other shit, right? So like Jerry said, I got music breaks. So I support the independent artists. That's also how I grew my brand, because it's artists that's on the come up that can't get played on the radio. People listening to me, they gonna listen to the artists that I bring. And some of these niggas like is either signed or on the verge of getting signed. So I'd rather grow with them. And like you know what I'm saying? And I told niggas, I said, when you win a Grammy and I get to where I'm going to get a Peabody Award or something, nigga, we can smoke a joint like in the event and laugh about, hey, remember when we was back in the trenches doing this, and that? Like, especially with niggas from the hood, like niggas in my neighborhood, niggas from my city that's rapping and stuff, I support them because I know what it's like, and I know they trying to make it out. The radio ain't gonna give it to them, but on the flip side, I give them all the game and the tools that I learned in the radio station so that they can like position their music in the right way. So
Each one teach one. It don't hurt for me to share the information with you, especially if I'm seeing that you serious about the shit and it's genuine and it's real, right? Because you're not gonna just give it to everybody, because like you said, even within your own circle,
I was trying to give it to everybody, but they do it no more.
Yeah,
I think I'm a little A&R of the hood and shit. I be trying, like, niggas be sending me they unreleased shit before they drop it and shit. Like, hey, check this out for me, bro. Let me know what you think. It's about it. I got at least 12 artists that like send me shit and like, hey man, listen to this before I drop that shit. So that's what I'm on.
Hey yo, you don't gotta answer this, right?
I'm gonna answer it.
Oh my god.
But how many of them shits is trash when they come in on her?
No. Oh, trust me. I narrowed it down to 12 because remember, I was trying to help everybody. So like I had to cut the list. And what I started doing, this how I started cutting it though, for real shit. If you not doing visuals, doing like doing videos or doing shows or like and dropping consistent projects, I'm not playing your shit on here because you're not taking your shit serious. So why should I?
Even if they are doing visuals, that shit can still be trash.
No, if it's trash, I'm not. I'll throw you one for the love. Okay? And we probably just bury that shit. Wade. Oh no, my little cousin, the one that's locked up. Free Myth G, by the way, my young dog, man. Free that man.
Free that man.
His shit was hard, but he just wouldn't focus. You know what I'm saying? So, but like his shit, and I had other cousins. Oh, nah, bro, this ain't it. I'll give you the one. I'll preface it like, hey, this is my little cousin.
You tell niggas.
Oh yeah,
because that's how you gotta say. Yeah, word. Keep writing.
No, you missed it. I tell them call me at 7:30 on Tuesday. That's what.
You hit them with the time you don't answer.
Yep. Tuesday 7:30. Yeah. Hey man, man, for real, I must have missed it, man. Signals out, man. Dang. But nah, like people value my opinion, and that's another thing. I'm not a people pleaser. Like, and I tried that shit, like trying to like pivot in another direction. It don't work for me. It feel right. And if people gonna value me, that's why the listeners listen to me too, because they like, what Lo talking about? If I say like, hey, go check out this, they gonna at least go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, if it ain't hitting, if you didn't capture them, like when they checked it out, that's a you thing. But they gonna at least trust my opinion. So I started to tell niggas like, hey, bro, you need to come harder here. Or nah, man, I don't really like the way that, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this beat that you use, man? Like, go on somewhere. Like, and again, I'm known for being funny, so like niggas take it as a joke. But like, if I said that shit, I still meant that shit. You just laughed because the tone, the way I delivered it felt like,
it felt comfortable.
Lo, I'm gonna send you my diss record for everybody on this podcast.
I will play it. I'll play it. Whenever you want to come, look, we accept you with open arms. You too great, man.
Look, got a different diss record for each person on this podcast.
Oh, a different one.
Yo, see, you diss me, we gonna box, my nigga. You better not diss me.
Hold on, this means I can never come to the East Coast then, because like if I got smoke out there, like damn, gotta check that out.
That's Yonkers. That's a different hood. You don't even need to go over there. I got you.
I want to get some juices for life.
I got you. You don't need to go there. We can go to Brooklyn.
I need my black seed oil and my elderberry, man. I need that.
Shout out to P.
Hey.
Shout out to P. Juices for life. Pharmacy for life.
That's the key. Hey, that's if you want to fuck COVID, nigga. That's what you need. You got all that natural oils and shit, nigga. Kept nigga immune.
My package just came today. That's a fact. Literally, like my last shipment just dropped today. So what the nigga the nigga kid say, I can't give you the formula. I'm on it though.
I will say the first time I heard about that was from a boss. Was from the upper heads. I don't know if he was
Yeah, I can't take y'all seriously, man.
But no, repeating what Gert said, thank you. And I appreciate you. We want to give you your flowers and everything. What you're doing is dope. I appreciate that. I like that you incorporate your life with your, your work and everything, like what you do with your wife and everything. I think that is super dope. And yeah, just thank you for chopping it up with us. I
appreciate the opportunity, man. Just know, y'all listening to people be like, oh, when the Martin remake coming back, nigga, you looking at them, nigga, they don't need to remake that shit. Why not, nigga? Oh, if Martin would have actually married Pam instead of Gina, nigga, this is that. My wife don't play, man. She don't play.
Dirt, man. I like that.
If I play that DMX, I'm gonna do it with
backbone, because that makes a stronger man. And like not to be like that, but you need someone who is physically and mentally there.
Oh no, you do. You gotta be evenly yoked. It ain't gonna work otherwise.
In every aspect of life. That's what I believe. So
last relationship, Jewel, man. And this goes like, it's more important with your significant other, and just for you, because I your time's coming, my brother. You're there. You're almost there.
I've been trying to tell him this, but hard.
These 4 things, man, like, and it matters with other folks too, but more so with your significant other, because you're gonna get to a point, man, it's gonna be fucking everybody else. But like, as long as you maintain like a connection, like mentally, more so spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and just keep pouring into those buckets over and over again. That's how you continue to grow your relationship. A lot of niggas get bored and like go
around. Say them buckets again. Say them buckets again one more time.
Spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. As long as you keep just like, and it's work. It's gonna be work. You're gonna be
definitely work.
You can have 3 and not 1. You can have 2. You can have every other one. You just have 1 and not 3. You got to work on all 4 of these. And it's a constant grind if you really, really trying to get somewhere.
Word.
It's hard.
Look, let me just say, man, on camera, first and foremost, thank you, of course, for coming on the show. Just echo everybody else's sentiments. And then again, man, like, I'm proud of you, bro, because like from what I've seen, maybe probably starting, I guess, in 2016-ish, 16, 17, something like that, until now. And obviously it started before then, but like, to watch the growth, I champion people who I also feel is about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm also on my own shit and whatever niggas is talking about, whatever. But when you see certain people that, you know what I'm saying, you can vibe with, that you respect, I'm gonna always salute that. So, definitely salute to you and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Keep your foot on niggas' necks. Don't stop, which I know you won't. I told you, in private, and I'll say this also in public, like, fatherhood also looks good on you too. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, my nigga.
So, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, keep being a great example, and keep mobbing, as you say. So again, we want to make sure that everybody out there does their part. We always go and do our part. But y'all part is to make sure that y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, everything Rico.